following program is a special presentation of Cleveland Community College.
Well, it's an absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon on the campus of Cleveland Community College and Yetis Athletic Park. The Yetis have certainly been pretty good here this season, and we wrap up the regular season as Cleveland Community College. The Yetis, they take on the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College in a huge series this weekend. Game one of a three-game set. Tim Foster along with you, along with Cleveland County Sports Hall of Famer Andy Foster. And I tell you, Andy, first of all, my first question for you, have you survived the 4.5-hour game with Gaston from earlier this week? It's good to have you back, my friend.
Yeah, I have recovered, but the best thing about that marathon was the fact the Yetis won it and won the second game of the doubleheader and achieved a feat that no one else has in the region, beating the Gaston College team back-to-back games.
No doubt about that. And, of course, the big story here this weekend, of course, and we want to welcome you in if you're watching live on YouTube this afternoon. We'll have all three games. Or, of course, the rebroadcast on C19. Andy, both these teams, both the Yetis of Cleveland Community College and the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College, the exact same conference record coming in. The Yetis beat this squad 2 games in Raleigh earlier this year. That means right now they've got the tiebreak. But the bottom line, the team that wins 2 out of 3 in this will most likely get that number 3 seed going into the Region 10 tournament next weekend. Every game is huge. We got a big series this weekend here at Cleveland Community College.
Really have, and going to be interesting to see how this Wake Tech team has evolved since the last meeting between the Eagles and the Yetis.
And just a few minutes ago, as they are announcing the starting lineups, we saw, Andy, the sophomores being recognized of this Yeti baseball team. Quite a few. These were the guys that were on the original team a year ago that won 14 games. Here they are a year later at 24 and 21. A lot of them were recognized, and it was certainly great to see. And a lot of these guys have certainly made a big impact. They are the first, you can say, for the Yetis in this baseball program.
They are, and this squad has a lot to be proud of, a team that has come a long way since last season and definitely one of the better teams in the region this season.
No doubt about that. The Yetis come in 24 and 21, 16 and 14 in region play. It's we're going to be dealing with wind, as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, in the background. It is whipping right now. And Wake Tech comes in on the season 25 and 22, 17 and 15 in Region 10 play. But the big story for both these teams, Andy, they know there will be postseason play for both squads.
Both teams participating in the postseason tournament, and they are looking to tune up in this series to get ready for the playoffs coming up just a couple of weeks away.
And we'll have all 3 games for you live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. But let's go to the field, and we are going to get ready with our national anthem here at Yetis Athletic Park. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem. our national anthem as we're getting ready for game one of a huge 3-game set as the Eddies of Cleveland Community College take on the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College. Tim Foster, Andy Foster with you with game one. A little bit later on this afternoon, we'll have game two scheduled for right around 4 o'clock, and Guy Suttle will join me, Coach Suttle, for that matchup. And Andy, when you talk a little bit again about this Wake Tech squad, head coach Robert Dudley, 25-22 on the season. We mentioned 17-15 in region play. They're a team that knows they're going to be headed to the postseason. As we mentioned, the Eddies won 2 out of 3 in Raleigh. Their squad, their community college in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we're starting to see warming up out there for the Yetis as you see a good shot of him. And, of course, we're talking about number 25. That is Clayton Lanzer. Lanzer, the Forest Hills, North Carolina product. And Andy Lanzer will be the starting pitcher here in game one for the Eddies this afternoon.
Right-hander, and I don't believe I've seen Lanzer pitch in the games I've covered so far this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he works on the mound today for the Eddies.
And for Wake Tech to lead off here in the top of the first, it will be Cam Verrier, Tyler Sellers, and Kel Laird, the 1-2-3 hitters, as we will get ready, and it will be Verrier, the left-handed batter, after Lanzer gets his final pitches in. Andy, what about the Yetis? You're talking about the home field advantage. Since an 0-3 start, those 3 losses with Patrick and Henry back in early February, the Yetis here at Yeti Athletic Park, 12-2. They're playing well. They would love to continue that to end this regular season and this weekend.
Yeah, the home turf has been very productive for the Yetis in this 2022 campaign. And as we've mentioned so many times this season, it's such a beautiful baseball complex right here on the campus of Cleveland Community College.
Yeah, it is so great to have you along for what's going to be a great weekend series. And, Andy, we have wonderful weather. The wind is whipping, but we're expecting highs today up near 80 degrees for this doubleheader.
Right, and hopefully the rain's going to stay away for the entire series. I think maybe some rain in the forecast late tomorrow, so hopefully all 3 games can be played without any rain interruptions this weekend.
Well, we're about ready to go, and again, great to have you along live this afternoon on YouTube. And if you're watching the rebroadcast on C19 TV celebrating 40 years, and Andy, it'll be the left-handed batter Cam Verrier to lead off for the Eagles this afternoon in game one.
Barry.
And first pitch, Andy, was low there from Lancer.
Next pitch is in there.
Verrier, the, as we mentioned, left-handed leadoff batter this afternoon for the Eagles from Wake Tech, Raleigh, North Carolina.
1-1. Ground ball to second. Leroy's got it. Throws to first and 1 out.
So 1 down here in the top of the first. I believe it was Cassiato.
Cassiato at second.
And speaking of Cassiato, Andy, I believe he had that, 4 or 5 RBI game against Gaston earlier this week. Had a great game.
Yes, he did, among several other Yetis in that marathon slugfest with the Yetis winning.
Here's Tyler Sellers with 1 down here, top of the first. Good shot of Sellers.
Pitches outside, ball 1.
One thing that was talked about, Andy, in the when the sophomores were being introduced a little bit earlier, some interesting totals. We'll talk a little bit about that. That the some of these sophomore Yetis have put up over the last couple of years.
Lanzer's pitch swung on a miss. Strike 1, 1-1 count to Sellers, the catcher for the Eagles.
There's Clayton Lanzer, great shot of him, as we mentioned, Forest Hills, North Carolina high school product.
Pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2.
So quickly in the hole, 1 and 2 is Sellers, who already 1 down here, top of the first, just underway. And Andy, we love Yeti baseball, but I think we were hoping for not a 4.5-hour game here this afternoon.
No.
In game 1.
Pitch outside. Kudos to Paul Foster, who worked both games in that.
Paul's still recovering, as a matter of fact.
Long doubleheader.
I think he's still in bed, sleeping, as a matter of fact, which I can understand. He's still recovering from that game.
Pitch is low, good stop by Turner.
Yep, Davis Turner starting catcher. We've seen that catcher position. It is certainly a tough position to play. So full count coming to Sellers. Top of the first, just underway live on YouTube this afternoon. A gorgeous afternoon here at Yetis Athletic Park. Yetis 12-5 on the season in this park, and want to extend that. They've got a 4-game winning streak going at home.
Next pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3, 2 down. Sellers down, swinging.
And here's Carroll Laird, the DH, with 2 down. Top of the first, another left-handed batter.
Laird batting for the pitcher, Bryson Wagner.
Good start for Clayton Lanzer. You see a good shot of Lanzer, and we'll talk about our production crew who have been so phenomenal all season long. A lot of preparation for Yeti baseball going back way over a year ago to get ready for this season. We'll talk about that.
Fastball outside, ball 1 to Laird. One-oh. That's in there, 1-1.
Yetis in their white jerseys this afternoon. And you see Wake Tech in those gray jerseys. Got the kind of the blue and black trim.
Next pitch, swung on a miss. I tell you, Lanzer's got a good changeup, and it's been fooling the Eagles so far.
Yeah, it's really solid. He's really hitting his mark right now, and that's a good sign if he can do that this afternoon in Game 1 for the Yetis.
1-2. Outside.
Yetis coming off that 2-game sweep, as we mentioned, of Gaston Community College. Game 1, 18-16 victory, and then won 6-3 in Game 2.
Lanzer's pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. And he's down on strikes for the 3rd out.
Yep, and that'll end the inning. Laird saying that he tapped it, but the umpire says no. So 1-2-3 inning for the Yetis in the top half of the first. And great to have you along, as we mentioned, live on YouTube, the regular season finale. And, Andy, let's talk about, again, Yetis Athletic Park, which opened on February 12th. Let's talk about how good this team has been. We mentioned 12-5 on the season. They had an 8-game winning streak early in the year here in this park. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak, 3-0 against Gaston Community College, a top 5 team in the country. A lot of people wondered, would they have a home field advantage? And they certainly have here in 2022.
Yeah, they've taken this new stadium to heart, and it's been a great place to play and win for the Yetis.
No doubt about that. As you see the dugout of the Yetis as they will come to bat here in the bottom half of the first. Tell your friends and your neighbors about how you can watch Yeti men's baseball. You just go to YouTube and type in ClevelandCC, or you can also go to our C19.tv page and follow the link to watch Yeti baseball. And, Andy, we have heard a lot of folks that have said so many positive comments, and I can't say enough about Greg Tillman, the job that he has done. Greg started prepping for Yetis men's baseball way over a year ago, Andy. Danny Morton, who's one of the best in the business, even 5 years after retirement. I learned something from Danny all the time. Randy Evans, who does a phenomenal job, one of the better camera operators that you're going to find. Randy shoots a lot of football for us throughout the year in the fall. And Justin Roper, Justin's just so versatile. We are so blessed to have the crew that we have and the support we've had here at the college this year, Andy.
Yeah, and they are all great individuals. I have enjoyed working with the whole crew this year.
Not only great individuals, but some of the best professionals you're going to find. And we thank you for the kind words for folks that have been able to check out and are checking out Yeti men's baseball. Bryson Wagner, Andy, the starting pitcher for Wake Tech this afternoon. And the Yetis, of course, will let's talk about their 1-2-3 here in the top of the inning. And I think that in the top of the first, it's going to be Mason Dugas, followed by Darren Munoz, and Robert Moya. So it will be Dugas to lead off here for the Yetis.
And Dugas, a great year at the plate. The left fielder, left-handed batter, and he's done a great job getting on base as the leadoff hitter this season.
He really has. Yetis 24-21 on the season, as Dugas leads off here in the bottom of the first.
And the pitch is in there, strike 1.
Bryson Wagner, starting pitcher for the Eagles this afternoon in Game 1.
Pitch is in the dirt. And 1-1 to Mason Dugas.
Andy, man, you were talking about there's no doubt this Yetis team a lot better team than their 24-21 record. I think you would agree.
Well, no doubt about it. And they have peaked at the right time, end of the season, headed into the playoffs.
They've lost some close games this year on some errors, pass balls that have hurt them, but they've been in a lot of close ones here in 2022.
Next pitch on the inside corner. Strike 2. 2-2 to Dugas. Darian Munoz on deck. Pitch is low, and we've got a full count.
So let's see if Turner can, or Dugas, excuse me, Andy, can get on base and get this game off to a good start for the Yetis side of things.
Pitch missed inside, and a walk issue to the leadoff hitter, Mason Dugas.
So I'll bring up Darian Munoz with Dugas on here in the bottom of the first inning. And Munoz, Andy, you're talking about a guy that's really improved from the start of the season for the Yetis. Darian has certainly done that.
Yes, he has, and he's a good guy to have at the plate with a runner on. There's a strike.
Yeah, looked like that time Andy Wagner slipped a little bit coming off the mound. I hope he's okay. He seems to be all right, but he did get the strike. So 0-1 count to Munoz. He's kind of, he looked like he slid that right leg. He's trying to kind of get his balance there. Thought he might have hurt his leg there initially, but he seems to be okay now.
You can very easily pull a thigh or calf muscle in that situation. There's a fastball in there, and it's
0-2.
0-2 to Munoz.
A couple of good pitches have got Munoz in the hole quickly here. With the runner at first, just underway, no score.
Throw over to first, back safely is Dugas.
Game 2 of this series set for 4 this afternoon. And then Game 3 will be tomorrow at noon. I'll be working with my good friend Rob Roop on that one. There goes Dugas.
Balls.
There's a base hit.
Yeah, ball into left field.
Dugas is headed to third, and he's going to be there. And here comes Munoz to second. And there's he's going to score, Andy. There was runner interference at third base. Dugas will score, and it's a 1-0 lead. Dugas, Andy, had a shot to go home, and the third baseman and Dugas collided, and so the umpire has brought Dugas home. He certainly would have scored off that. Munoz is going to be at third, or is he going to be at second here? I think he will stay at second.
He will stay at second.
Yeah.
He went to second on the throw. Now that is a base hit and then an error.
So it's a 1-0 Yetis lead. Still nobody out. Here comes Robert Moya, Andy. We know he's got a lot of power that we've seen this season.
The DH, Robert Moya.
Good shot of Moya. And so they've got a runner in scoring position, already one across the board here, and 1-0 lead for the Yetis, bottom of the first.
You know, Tim, this Yeti squad has shown a lot of aggressive play, and that has helped them win a lot of ball games this year. Which is outside, ball one.
You talk about that aggressive play, Andy. The Yetis, top 20 in the country in stolen bases in junior college Division II. I believe they were 18th in the country coming into this week. At one time, has been as high in the top 10. They have been aggressive all season long.
They get people on. They certainly can give you headaches. There's an inside corner called strike.
Yeah, ball gets behind the pitcher on the throwback, but no damage. So the Yetis on the base hit from Munoz. Dugas was interfered with at third, allowed to come home, and that has given the Yetis this early 1-0 lead.
Pitch is outside to Munoz.
As we mentioned, starting pitcher on the mound for Wake Tech is Bryson Wagner. These two teams playing for the 3 and 4 spot in the Region 10 tournament. That's what this weekend series is all about. So each game is huge.
And you're definitely in a better position at 3 in the playoff pairings than number 4.
4 teams will come from Region 10 West, 4 teams from Region 10 East. As a matter of fact, I believe Pitt County, Andy, right now would be the #1 seed from the East, and they're a nationally ranked squad in Division II right now. Like they were ranked 12th in the country this week.
Wagner gets ready with the pitch.
Good pitch.
In there.
It's a full count to Moya now. Runner at second, still nobody out. The Eddies a 1-0 lead, bottom of the first.
Wagner checks the runner, comes to the plate, ground
There's
ball,
a base hit.
And
that's
right
going to score
field.
a run, Andy.
Yep, easily scoring from second is Munoz.
What a piece of hitting for Robert Moya. We talked about his power. That was just a nice piece of hitting out into right field. Munoz scores, and the Eddies a 2-0 lead now, bottom of the first. Still nobody out.
And the cleanup hitter comes to the plate.
That's Mike Huber.
Huber, the third baseman.
Had that big 3-run shot in Game 2 against Gaston.
He sure did, and in fact, I was watching at home on YouTube, and that ball landed on top of one of the buildings behind the
it was a center
fence.
field bomb, yeah. So Moya at first.
Pitch is in there, strike one. That home run, had it not landed on top of the building, probably would have rolled considerably longer.
No doubt.
There's strike 2 on the inside corner. 0-2 to Huber.
So Huber's in a hole quickly with Moya at first, but the Eddies already 2 across here in the bottom half of the first. And their white jerseys this afternoon in Game 1.
Pitch missed low. That's a tough pitch to take.
It really was. The Eagles wanted that one.
Especially with this umpire has a low strike zone this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that went strike 3.
That pitch is high.
Yeah, that home run from Huber, Andy, that was a pinch hit, 3-run shot.
Yes, it was.
Helped win that game on Wednesday against Gaston.
Pitch is low.
Full count to Mike Huber, who was in an 0-2 hole. Moya at first. Still nobody out, bottom of the first.
Wagner's pitch. Fouled off.
Good crowd here at the Eddies Athletic Park on a beautiful afternoon this final day of April. The regular season finale for both these squads in this 3-game series.
Nobody out. And there's a walk issued to Huber. Runners first and second. Nobody down for Danielle Baroa. Janelle Baroa.
Yeah, Janelle Baroa. Yeah, with runners first and second. Baroa, who has had a solid 2022 campaign. Great shot of Baroa there on your screen. And he's got a chance to do more damage and add to this 2-0 lead.
Baroa, the center fielder, steps in. And he lines one to right field.
Moya thought about tagging, but he stays at second. So first out of the inning and a big out for the Eagles. So 1 down, 2 on still.
And the batter, Tyler Cassiano, the second baseman.
What a game he had in Game 1 against Gaston. 5 RBIs, I believe, in that game.
Yes, he did. In fact, the heart of the order all had big games against Gaston in Game 1 of that doubleheader. Cassiano, Turner, Dawson all had productive ball games.
Moya at second. And Huber at first.
Check swing, foul ball. 4 strike 1 to Cassiano.
Yeah, good shot of Bryson Wagner, the Wake Tech starting pitcher here in Game 1. Yeti's trying to win their 5th consecutive game here at Yeti's Athletic Park.
Wagner taking his time with runners on, comes to the plate.
There's a base hit into left field. And the ball got away. Here comes Moy, Andy. Another runner's going to come. Here's Huber, and 2 will score. The ball got behind the left fielder to the wall, and a huge first inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Yetis, and a couple of outfield errors after the ball's got in the outfield, Andy, have really hurt the Eagles here in the bottom of the first inning.
Really has, and they are now in a 4-0 hole with only 1 out, top of the first. The Yetis on fire again this afternoon.
Here's the left-handed batter, Davis Turner, still just 1 out, but the Yetis 4 across here in the bottom of the first. A great start and a huge series this weekend.
Pitch in there, strike 1.
All got by the third baseman, and then there was some problems out in left field and allowed 2 Yetis to score.
Pitch in the dirt, good stop by Sellers, the catcher for the Eagles.
We've seen Turner, Andy, play that catcher position this year as well. Runner's going to third, and it's overthrown out into left field. Here comes another runner. And the catcher for Wake Tech, Andy,
slipped.
Injured. Yep, he's in tremendous pain, and he slipped as he threw it, and we hope he is going to be okay. You hate to see this. Oh, my goodness. A lot of folks coming out to look at the starting catcher, who I believe is that Sellers, Andy?
Yeah, Sellers.
Tyler Sellers in tremendous pain and hurt as he threw that, and not sure exactly what happened, Andy. It
looks like a groin problem.
When we hope this young man's going to be okay. I tell you, that we've thought about that so many times, Andy, that catcher position. Got to be tough, and it is not an easy position to play in on a daily basis. Yep, he's on his feet, which is great to see.
He's going to try and walk it off, but those groin injuries can really be severe.
Yeah, and both coaches having a discussion. It looked like that he may have slipped a little bit, Andy, as he was coming out of home plate.
They've already got a young man up to take his place.
Yeah, and I believe
Sellers says he wants to stay in the game, but I don't know how efficient he's going to be with that kind of injury, Tim.
Yeah, we saw Pollard, who looked like he was going to come out maybe, but he's going to give it a shot here. They're going to try some pitches. So we've got a stoppage in play with the injury right now. They're just going to see if he's going to be able to continue. My point, though, catching position, not easy to play.
No, it's a tough position. Anyone that has done it, or if you've watched baseball for years, you know how difficult the catching position is for a young man behind that plate.
Yeah, we've got the Yetis athletic trainer out here along with head coach just checking. That's Coach Robert Dudley. And he's going to give it a shot, and that's going to bring, of course, Turner back to the plate. It's a 5-0 game, though, now, Andy, after that ball went out into left field. And so some mistakes have really hurt Wake Tech in this bottom of the first.
Throwing errors, miscues, and 5 runs across the plate for the Yetis in inning 1.
Turner back at the plate now, still just 1 out.
Pitch is fouled out of play, left side, strike 1.
Talk about long innings. We saw quite a few of those, Andy, back in that marathon game 1 with Gaston. But in this case, if you're Wake Tech, this is a long inning that could end up really putting you in a major hole. There's another base hit.
Center. Davis Turner continues his hit barrage. He had 4 hits and scored 4 runs in that game 1 victory over Gaston College Wednesday.
And he's 1 for 1 here, and we're already going to have a discussion, an infield discussion. Still just 1 out with Kyrus Dawson coming to the plate. It is a 5-0 Yetis lead as they are dominating here early this afternoon in game 1 on a beautiful afternoon from Yetis Athletic Park. Tim Foster, Andy Foster with you. You see our score 5-0 lead. And talking about, Andy, that 4-game winning streak for the Yetis here at home. 4 pretty good teams. Think about this. Catawba Valley, you got a victory over, and then 3 wins over Gaston Community College. Those are 4 big wins against 2 pretty darn good teams.
It certainly is, and it really shows you how well this team can play headed to the playoffs. They certainly think they can play with anyone in the region.
Yeah, those playoffs that'll start next weekend. Speaking of Kyrish Dawson, who's getting ready to come to the plate, Dawson, Andy, already the school leader, 61 stolen bases in his 2 years here. And Dawson right now in the top 10 in the country in stolen bases in junior college Division II. He has been a nightmare when he's got on the bases this season.
And Dawson was one of the sophomore players for the Yetis honored in the pregame ceremonies today.
Yes. So here is Dawson with Turner at first, still just one down, and the Yetis a 5-0 lead, bottom of the first.
And the pitch on the...
It hit him.
Yep, hit him. Dawson hit by a pitch, walks down to first base.
So this inning continues to be a struggle for the Yetis and...
Not for the Yetis,
or
for the
It
Eagles.
continues to be good for the Yetis and not so good for the Eagles. And I'm wondering, Andy, if we may have a pitching change already. He may have given him one more pitch, and we're going to see a pitching change. Guys in the truck, we're going to take a break already. Wake Tech's going to have to make a pitching change. Yetis lead at 5-0. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19. We're back right after this.
I would tell anybody that's interested in getting broadcasting that this is a really exciting field to be in. The possibilities are endless. And every day is different. There's always something new. You're always on your toes. I think the good thing about, a school like Cleveland Community College is they're really good at keeping up with the latest technologies. My experience with the broadcasting program has been everything and more. I've hosted a television show here. I've done radio shows. I've made my own commercials, all kinds of exciting things, digital animation. And I've never thought I'd have a career in news that I enjoy. It's just really exciting to, have a career where you're in control of what 2 million people in the area are watching every night. It's really exciting and enriching and fulfilling work. It doesn't feel like a job. I get to hang around all day and make television. Just listen to that.
Now the question is, are you ready to start your journey today?
Cleveland Community College has identified strengthening online learning as the topic for its quality enhancement plan. We're calling it SOUL. SOUL's 5-year implementation plan is focused on continuous improvement of online courses and promoting student success. We're excited for you to take this journey with us.
Game 1 here at Yetis Athletic Park, and what a start for Cleveland Community College. They lead at 5-0, bottom of the first. The Eagles of Wake Tech have already had to go to the bullpen, Andy, and here comes the lefty John Davenport. Just a tough start for starting pitcher Bryson Wagner as he's out after just really seeing about 7 or 8 batters. Yetis have taken control early here.
Yetis in control, and Kyle Sneathen, the shortstop, steps in. Kyle with a great season. He's another guy that can give you fits once he gets on the base pass.
There's a rocket out into left. Still going. And it's gone, Andy, a 3-run shot.
Sneathen.
What a start for the Yetis.
He blasts one over the left field fence, and the Yetis are completely
in control.
In control.
Yeah, you could say a lot of things. 8-0 Yetis lead. Kyle Sneathen is laying the hammer down after that 3-run shot over the left field wall. Yetis have put 8 on the board, bottom of the first, and here is the 10th batter to come to the plate in this inning. And here's Dugas, Andy, who's already been on just a little bit earlier in this inning.
Dugas steps in, only 1 out. He tries to bunt it and fouls it off, strike 1.
If you're just joining us, yes, it is 8-0. Yetis have exploded in the bottom of the first. And the most recent was that 3-run home run from Kel Sneathen, the Rutherford, North Carolina product. Still just 1 out.
There's a fastball at the letters in there.
Both these squads will be headed to the Region 10 tournament next weekend, but the Eddies are trying to make a statement here in Game 1 and trying to secure up that number 3 seed.
Pitch is low.
And we're already seeing John Davenport, who's the second pitcher for the Eagles here in this bottom of the first inning.
Breaking ball missed high.
Yes, we will take a break at the bottom of this inning. If the Eddies would love to keep it going. There's a foul ball third base side that time, Andy.
Yeah.
And this has been a long inning for the Eagles, and Andy, they're going to have to really go in and get a momentum change if they want to even have a chance in this one.
There's a base hit into right field for Dugas, and he's on base again here in the first inning.
Dugas on base twice in the bottom of the first, still 1 out. And here comes Darren Munoz with 1 on, 1 out.
There goes my scorebook already, Tim.
Yep, I'll tell you, last couple of games, Andy, the scorebook has taken a beating, but in a good way in this case with the Eddies playing some good ball. You know, the Eddies, Andy, think about, well, after this pitch, we'll talk some numbers again.
They're in Munoz, a batter. It's in there, strike 1.
Yetis, Andy, 18 in Game 1 over Gaston, 6 in Game 2, and then they've already got 8 here today in this opening game against Wake Tech. So the bats have certainly been hot.
Throw over to first, back safely, Dugas. Dugas on base twice here in the first, walked and scored earlier, and followed it up with a single a moment ago. Pitch is fouled off by Munoz.
Beautiful day, great crowd here at Yetis Athletic Park. And Andy, I would say if you're a starting pitcher for the Yetis, Clayton Lanza, you got to feel pretty good right now with an 8-run lead in the bottom of the first.
That makes you feel mighty fine.
Great shot of the Yeti Club section here of Yetis Athletic Park. Wonderful. And we encourage you to come on out if you're watching and want to check out some great baseball this afternoon.
Pitch fouled off by Munoz. Still only 1 out.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing.
8 runs across the plate for the Yetis in the first. Davenport with the pitch. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, Munoz getting some good looks, Andy.
Getting some good rips on it.
What an inning it's been. The Yetis have had some big hits in the outfield, a couple of errors by Wake Tech, a 3-run homer by the Yetis.
Throw over to first, back safely. Here's Dugas.
Head coach Tyler Dawson and the Yetis of Cleveland Community College got to be happy with the way his team is playing headed into this regular season finale weekend. Here's a
Fly
shot.
ball.
It's going to be caught, should be caught left, and it is. So 2 down as Dugas trots back to first. And that will bring up Robert Moya, who for Moya, Andy, will have his second at bat of this bottom of the first inning.
Moya, base hit and later scored in the first. Earlier in the first, was still in the first.
Hit a hard shot out into right field. Moya certainly got a lot of power. Great shot of Robert Moya for the Yetis.
Davenport's pitch outside, ball 1.
Game 2 scheduled for around 4 this afternoon, and Coach Guy Suttle will join me for that one in this series with Wake Tech.
Pitch foul back out of play.
Well, the breeze comes and goes, and as Andy, we have not had too many games where we've not had a lot of wind here at Yetis Athletic Park, and that goes back in early February. Good pitch that time.
Yeah, fastball in the outside corner. You and Rob had some real fun games with the wind and the cold in February.
I can handle this wind. No gloves and toboggan this afternoon.
Pitch low, good stop by Sellers. Sellers, a real warrior.
Yeah, and you can tell he is still in some pain, Andy. He had that injury a little bit earlier in this inning, and he is slowly getting back to his position. But kudos to this tough young man for staying in the ball game.
Davenport's pitch fouled off into the mid.
Yeah, Moya just got a piece of that to stay alive.
8-0 Yetis. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, there you see our score. It has been all Yetis early on.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4 out 3.
What a bottom of the first it was. Yetis put 8 on the board. After 1, it's the Yetis 8. The Eagles of Wake Tech nothing. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19. We head to the bottom of the second, or the top of the second, excuse me, right after this.
Welcome to Meet Me at the Movies. I am Noel T. Man in the second, hanging out with a bunch of cool folks.
Like Glenn from The Walking Dead.
The Critics' Choice Scholar. Christian is not with us this week because he was smart.
Tim, how are you doing back over there on the Tim Cam?
Tim Cam.
Love is eternal.
Love is eternal.
Knows no date.
It knows no date. Keep
Which means we can run this more than once.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Oh, look at he's celebrating.
He's celebrating Ragnarok.
Was there a band called Striper?
Yes.
So there was?
Yes, absolutely. I have no idea. I just made that up.
These days, having a secure job really matters. Take plumbing, for instance. No matter what's going on with the economy, there will always be a need for professional plumbers to fix problems, help finish a new home or renovation, and make sure the plumbing works just right. Plus, professional plumbers can make a very good living. CCC offers what you need to get going with your career as a plumber. We have a certificate program to give you top-notch residential plumbing skills and knowledge of code requirements. Our program can give you the technical know-how and skills to handle residential and some big commercial projects. You learn how to lay, install, and maintain piping fixtures and systems for gas, hot water, drainage, sprinkling, and plumbing processing systems in any environment. Job security, good pay, professional status. Now the question is, are you ready to start your journey today?
We head to the top of the second. Yetis 8 on the board at the bottom of the first. They lead the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College 8-0, and it will be Matt Long to lead off at the plate for Wake Tech. He fouls the first pitch off. Clayton Lanzer on the mound, but now he's got an 8-run lead. And, Andy, what a start for the Yetis.
Great start, and if you're the pitcher, it's the best thing that can happen to you. There's his fastball, a strike to Long.
Christian Smith will follow Long, and the number 3 batter in this inning will be Nick Badgett for the Eagles from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Lanzer's
looks like he wins.
Pitch called strike 3.
Some of the Eagle fans didn't like that one here, Andy, that it made the trip from Raleigh. So 1 down, top of the second.
Here's Christian Smith, the center fielder. Right-handed batter.
Lanzer, Andy, already a couple strikeouts in this game.
Yes, he's got 2 strikeouts. In fact, 3 strikeouts now.
So he has struck out 3 of the first 5 that he's, or 4 that he's seen, I should say.
Pitcher's high. And the wind stopped, at least here for the moment.
Yetis, I believe, Andy, had 12 batters come to the plate in the bottom of the first.
Pitcher's low. Got an 8-run lead. All you want here is strikes and let your defense make the plays.
Very good point.
Pitch fouled out of the park, right side.
Up there, they drew the attention of some of the Yeti Club members enjoying a nice lunch this afternoon.
Well, of course, they're protected by the screen up there.
Yes.
It's fouled off the catcher's mitt, rather.
Wake Tech, Andy, coming off of a series or a couple of games earlier in the week with Patrick and Henry. Patrick and Henry, by the way, the projected number 2 seed in the West, playing Guilford Tech this weekend. Guilford Tech team that has struggled, so Patrick and Henry certainly will be the favorite in those games.
There's a liner base hit to right field.
Yep.
First hit of the ball game for the Eagles.
Good piece of hitting there by Schmidt. So Christian Smith's on at first, and here's Nick Badgett, 1 on, 1 out for Wake Tech.
Badgett, the shortstop, steps in, right-handed batter. 1 out, runner at first. 8-0, Yetis in front after 1 inning.
Joey Ferrari on deck for Wake Tech. Here's a shot, but it should be easy for Dawson, Andy.
Dawson moves back a couple of steps in right and makes the catch, 2 down.
So that'll bring up Joey Ferrari with 2 down, 1 on for Wake Tech, top of the second.
Ferrari, the second baseman, bats from the left side.
Now batting second baseman, Joey Ferrari.
I think it's Ferrari, Andy. So it's Joey Ferrari. First pitch is high.
Not Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
That's what we're going to go with here.
Okay. Lancer's pitch fouled off.
Lancer good control so far this afternoon. You hear ever so often during the broadcast that wind picking up here at the park.
Throw over to first, back safely. Schmidt.
We're live on YouTube this afternoon. The Yetis in control, 8-0, top of the second. And great to have you along, or if you're watching the rebroadcast on C19 TV, celebrating 40 years in 2022.
Breaking ball missed outside.
Tanner Powell is on deck if Ferrari can get on base.
Lancer ready. And the pitch. To short, the force play at second base, 4 out 3.
So inning and a half in the books, and the Yetis in control. They lead it 8-0 over Wake Tech. The Eagles of Wake Tech Community College, our regular season finale. Great to have you along. And hey, guys, in the truck, let's check out I'll give you a little time to check out the C19 program lineup. C19 TV, we just mentioned, celebrating 40 years, and that's so remarkable. All the great programs, the events that we have had through the years. And momentarily we'll look at some of the great shows that are part of C19 TV as we get ready to head to the bottom of the second inning, and hopefully we'll get to check that out momentarily. But Andy, you talk about 40 years of C19 TV, so many great programming, the arts, the sports, the programming, the graduations. There it is, Armchair Quarterback, which will be back in August. Cleveland Connections, Cleveland County Kitchen, Community Spotlight, all a part of C19 TV. Or you can watch it on C19.tv. Dare to Soar from Pinnacle, Face the Music, For Your Health, For Your Information, Meet Me at the Movies. Also great programs on C19. Political Smackdown as we get closer to the primary season. School Matters, Talk of the Town, Woman to Woman, and Yeti Treks, which was great recently, Andy, to be able to interview head coach Tyler Dawson. Speaking of the Yetis, Andy, another Tyler who is a T-ball player and a big Yetis fan. A couple of the Yeti players, I think Aiden Chandra was in that group, Davis Turner, a few others, got a chance to go and watch one of his games. You know, he gets to come and watch the Yetis play. They got to come and watch one of him. He was so thrilled, and that's a community involvement that is so important from the Yetis in the community. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It really touched my heart, the love of their fans by the Yeti bench as they went and honored that young man with the attendance, and he had a grand slam in that T-ball game, I understand.
Yeah, he was certainly fired up. Mike Huber leads off the bottom of the second, and that first pitch was high to Huber.
Huber walked and scored in the first. Next pitch foul out of play.
Huber, Andy, will be followed this inning by Janelle Baroa and Tyler Casiato in this bottom of the second. There's a rocket. It's going deep. And it's called. Man, what a play. As fortunately, right at the wall, the right fielder ended up making the play, but almost close to a collision between the right fielder and center fielder. Nice play there by the Eagles for out number one.
Yeah, hit deep in the gap out there in right center field. And it was the right fielder made the play, right?
Yeah, it was. John Davenport, of course, on the mound, who came in the bottom of the first for Wake Tech. So that was just a loud out there.
Baroa rounds it to third, throw to first. In time to get him, and there are 2 outs.
So this inning going much, much better here for the Eagles. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll bring up Tyler Casiato to the plate.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyler Casiato.
Casiato, base hit, scored one of 8 runs in the first inning for the Yetis.
There you see our score, 8-0 Yetis lead over the Wake Tech Community College Eagles. Game 1 of a 3-game set. And as we said, we'll have all 3 games for you on YouTube this weekend.
Pitch is high, ball 1 to Casiato.
Yetis won 2 out of 3 up in Raleigh when these two teams met back in March.
Fastball in there to Casiato. Casiato's been red hot recently. Breaking ball, called strike 2.
1-2 count to Tyler Casiato.
Davenport's got a good variety of pitches, Tim.
Yeah, he seems to be settling down a little bit.
And the next pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. Yetis now 1-2-3 in the second inning.
Much better, bottom of the second, 2 in the books, and Cleveland Community College leads Wake Tech 8-0. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19. We'll head to the top of the third right after this.
Hi, I'm Nikki Bliss Carroll, your host for Cleveland Connections, the show that explores what's happening at Cleveland Community College. Join us as we sit down with members of faculty and staff to discuss programs of study, upcoming events, and other exciting campus news. We'll have a new show for you each month on C19 TV, or you can stream us online at c19.tv. Tune in and connect with Cleveland Community College on Cleveland Connections.
Listen up. Do you have a passion for cooking? A desire to learn more about the craft of professional food preparation? If so, now's a great time to check out Cleveland Community College's brand new Culinary Arts Academy. This exciting 3-month program offers hands-on training for jobs in the food service industry. Across the nation, food service is one of the fastest growing industries. With your training at CCC's Culinary Arts Academy, you can compete for jobs in hotels, restaurants, conference centers, cruise ships, and other settings. Enroll in CCC's program and you'll gain in-depth training in food procedures, preparation, and commercial kitchen operations. Plus, the program includes a special add-on. You'll get your certificate in cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR training. You can earn good money too. Depending on where you work, starting salaries range from $20,000 to $50,000. In just 12 weeks, you can be well on your way to gaining the know-how to handle food safely, properly, as a true professional. Now ask yourself, are you ready to start your journey today at CCC?
We head to the top of the third. Yetis lead the Eagles of Wake Tech 8-0, and it will be Tanner Powell, the right-handed batter, to lead off here in the top of the third. Clayton Lanzer on the mound. And great pitch, Andy, to start at the top of the third, right down there for a strike.
Fastball from Lanzer.
Blatt, Tristan Blatt will be on deck, followed by Cam Barriere.
Next pitch low, 1-1 to Powell, the left fielder. And that wind's gusting around home plate now, Tim.
It really is.
Pitch inside. I think all this wind is associated with this front that's going to bring maybe some rain into the area late tomorrow.
Hopefully after Game 3.
That's right.
Tomorrow afternoon here at Yetis Athletic Park.
Pitch is fouled off. Strike 2.
So 2-2 count. Clayton Lanzer, the Forest Hills, North Carolina native, starting this afternoon in Game 1 for Cleveland Community College. Big thanks to our whole production crew bringing you the sights and sounds of Yeti men's baseball. Full count. To Powell.
Black waiting on deck. Lanzer, the payoff pitch. Foul out of play.
These two teams, very similar records coming into this series. You see that wind. There are beautiful flags here at the stadium, and it is certainly blowing hard. There's a base hit into left field. And so Tanner Powell, good start for Wake Tech here in the top of the third, on base with a single, and that will bring up Tristan Blatt with one on, nobody out.
Black, the right fielder, right-handed batter.
Blatt, number 18, as you mentioned, he is a freshman. See if Tristan Blatt can keep this inning going in a positive way for Wake Tech as that first pitch is outside.
Tim, also want to thank YouTube for their help in getting our games all over the world this season.
No doubt about that. We'll say a big thank you also to our IT department here at Cleveland Community College. A lot of prep work was involved to get ready for February. A lot of folks involved to make Yeti men's baseball possible live and rebroadcast throughout this season.
Next pitch misses high. It's not as simple as plugging something into the wall when you work to get your programming on YouTube.
No doubt about it. A lot of work involved, a lot of preparation involved before each and every game.
Throw over to first, back in safely is Powell.
And Andy, the Eagles are looking for that big inning to try to get back in this game. After the Yetis had a huge inning, and there's a walk, and just like that, first two runners on base for the Eagles. They've got runners first and second. We're going to have an infield discussion. First time, Andy, we've seen Lanzer kind of be a little shaky on the mound. And the Yetis know a couple of big hits here or there, and Wake Tech can be right back in this ball game.
No doubt about it, Tim. It was an explosive first inning for the Yetis, but they've lost some of the momentum since then, and the Eagles trying to get something cranked up offensively here in the third inning.
And I think it goes back to your point that you made a little bit ago. You know, throw strikes, let your defense back you up right now, and that's one thing that Lanzer, he's lost some of his control issues, and so the infield discussion is over. As you see a good shot, there's Sneed and talking to Lanzer, trying to calm him down, but the bottom line, runners first and second, nobody out. And Cam Verrier, Andy, the left-handed batter, his second at bat as he comes to the plate.
Yeah, Verrier's had a look at the pitcher now, and let's see if he has made adjustments. He grounded out in the first. Pitch coming, and it's low, ball one to Barrier. Next pitch, big cut, swung on and miss.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Lanzer.
Lanzer went, or rather the batter Barrier went for the high fastball from Lanzer and swung through it.
That was, if he could have straightened that Andy, that could have been a shot right down the right field line, but it goes foul, and he's in a hole now.
Yeah, it actually hit off the wall down the right field line.
Yeah, that wall has been interesting to watch this year, Andy, for both squads, whether the Yetis defensively or the opposing team. There's been some nice plays made out there, but there's also been some plays that just ran out of room at times we've seen this season. Good stop.
Yeah, Turner with the stop.
And that's one of the things I think is going to be key for the Yetis going into the Region 10 tournament, Andy. They cannot let a lot of pass balls get by. Defensively, they're going to have to really be solid. Those have been areas that have come back to hurt them in tight games this season.
Lanzer's pitch fouled off again.
One thing you're also seeing Wake Tech into there getting a lot more, each batter's a lot more pitches to see. They're up there fighting a little bit more, so they're seeing the ball much better than they did first couple of innings. Wake Tech runners first and second, nobody out. They're down 8-0, but they're trying to threaten here in the top of the third.
Pitch misses outside.
Full count now. And if this Sandy can't get in the strike zone, this could be bases loaded, which would be huge here for Wake Tech. This is a big pitch coming.
Lancer taking his time. Runners first and second, nobody out.
Tyler Sellers on deck. Cam Verrier getting ready for this 3-2 pitch.
Chop foul, first base side.
You were talking about that changeup, Andy, a little bit earlier and how solid it had been for Lancer. He's not been able to locate that quite as well this inning.
Nope. Well, once the batters bat around, they begin to figure you out a lot better.
Here comes another 3-2 pitch.
Payoff.
It's going to get out into left field. And that took kind of a wild hit. The ball kind of spun between second and short, and he got into left field. Another base hit, and just like that, Wake Tech has loaded the bases up with nobody out. A big chance here to cut into this 8-0 lead. And Andy, now Wake Tech's looking for their big inning to get right back in this game as Tyler Sellers comes to the plate.
Second hit of the inning for the Eagles, and Tyler Sellers, the catcher, the batter, struck out swinging in the first. Good block, pitch in the dirt.
So Wake Tech, as you mentioned, started off with a single, then a walk, and now another single, and just like that, bases loaded, nobody out. The Eagles are looking to get right back in this game with a huge inning of their own. There's a base hit. One will score. Here comes another run. And it is an 8-2 game just like that. Here comes Wake Tech.
Powell and Black both score for the Eagles.
And Andy Sellers, who we saw in pain earlier, he is in more pain. He's laid down basically on first base, the catcher. He got a big hit. You're talking about a tough young man. We already saw the injury he had earlier. He comes in and gets a 2 RBI hit. And in lots of pain, and it's an 8-2 game. Still nobody out with runners at first and second for Wake Tech. Sellers, good to see him back on his feet.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to continue, Tim. Just the basic things like running.
Running, yeah. That's the big thing. We saw obviously the bat was good there, but running, you're right, is a concern. But he's telling them that he's good. And Andy, just like that, here comes Wake Tech.
Yep, they are on the board now. They've got the lead to 6 with nobody out.
And we are going to have I believe, a pinch runner that's going to come in, and that is going to be Vincent Merlo. That's Vincent Merlo, the pinch runner, as Sellers is slowly coming off. He got injured at that catcher position throwing a little bit earlier in the game. He gets the 2 RBI base hit, but he is coming to the Wake Tech dugout in lots of pain. And coming to the plate, Andy, is going to be Cale Laird, the DH, with still nobody out, runners first and second, and now an 8-2 game.
Laird struck out to end the top half of the first inning. Lanzer, the pitch, low, ball one.
And really control issues for Lanzer, and he was cruising through the first couple of innings. But as we've talked about, things can change quickly. This is a Wake Tech team that has scored a lot of runs themselves this season.
There's a liner down the first base line, foul.
Tell you, they are really getting some good swings of the bats. That's one thing I have noticed this entire inning, and they're hitting it hard.
Runners first and second, 2 runs in, nobody out for the Eagles of Wake Tech. Top of the third inning.
There's a good shot of Lanzer.
Throw back to second, safe there.
Yeah, went to Sneathen. That's Verrier at second in scoring position.
Lanzer comes to the plate, fouls it off.
That ball, Andy, went over near where your vehicle usually is when you park. Luckily, it's not here right now.
Nope. It's on a shopping excursion.
Runners first and second.
Pitch is high.
And I tell you, Lanzer, Andy, really trying to get some control back. Wake Tech runners first and second, 2 across already here in the top of the third.
Lanzer checks the runners. Here's a pitch. Line foul, first base side.
Well, we saw a very long bottom of the first inning for Wake Tech defensively, and we're seeing that for the Yetis here in the top of the third. A lot of pitches being thrown by starting pitcher Clayton Lanzer. There's a good shot of the fans that have made their way to Yetis Athletic Park enjoying this gorgeous afternoon and game one here.
Pitch again, line down the first base line.
That's
out
3.
Of play.
Yeah, 3 shots, Andy, that have just gone foul.
Laird is seeing the pitch, but he's a little late on his swing. Right-handed, or rather left-handed batter.
Yeah, the DH. As we mentioned, a pinch runner at first.
And the pitch, low, good stop again by Turner.
Yeah, but I think we've got a full count now to Laird. And he's trying to load the bases up for a second time in this top of the third inning. Still, as you mentioned, nobody out.
No outs. Lanzer with the pitch.
And it's high.
Walk issued to Laird.
3 base hits in this inning, 2 walks given up as well, and an 8-2 lead could be evaporating quickly. Bases loaded, nobody out. Matt Long, Andy, with an opportunity to cut into this lead. There's a good shot of our production crew. That's Danny Morton. There's Justin Roper. Justin's directing now. Greg Tillman may be out on a food run, I'm guessing right now, possibly. There's Danny Morton. But the bottom line, Andy, Long at the plate with the bases loaded. There's a rocket.
Is it out of here?
And it's gone. It's a grand slam from Matt Long. And just like that, it's an 8-6 game. What an inning it's been for Wake Tech. The Yetis look like they were in total control of this game, and all of a sudden, Andy, we've got a ball game. We saw a 3-run shot earlier by the Yetis, a grand slam from Wake Tech. And Andy, the bottom line with Lanzer in this inning, let's be honest, he's not had much on these pitches.
No, his pitches have been out of the zone, and he's hung up a lot of pitches in this inning, and Long jumped all over it, the cleanup hitter, and he has made this one a close ball game after that grand slam. 8-6 Yetis now.
Here is Christian Schmidt, who fouls off the first pitch. 8-6 game. Wake Tech right back in this ball game. Yetis put 8 on the board in the bottom of the first. Wake Tech has put 6 on the board here in the top of the third, and still nobody out.
Pitch fouled off.
And if you're the Yetis, Andy, mentally you got to get refocused right now. Wake Tech knows what's at stake. They're making their comeback. These are two teams that, as we mentioned, record-wise, very even in a lot of ways. And so each pitch, each inning is going to become huge here down the stretch of this game.
Pitch missed outside. It has been a long, long inning for the Yetis defense here in the top of the third inning.
I think a 2-2 count now. Yep, 2-2 count to Schmidt. 6 on the board for Wake Tech, top of the third.
Pitch fouled off.
Lanzer, Andy, has just really not been able to get that breaking ball in. You know, he had a couple strikes with that. The changeup early, just not able to find it right now.
Yetis were cruising after the first inning, but it has really changed here for the Eagles in the third inning. Pitch fouled out of play.
Nick Badgett's on deck for the Eagles. They were looking to try to cut into this lead even more. That's now just a 2-run Yeti lead. There's a good shot of Clayton Lanzer.
And the pitch low.
That's full count.
Another full count.
And we've already seen 3 walks this inning by the Yetis to Wake Tech batters. 3 hits, a grand slam, 3 walks so far in this inning.
Pitch is high. Another walk issued.
4 walks in the inning now.
Nobody out as of yet, and the batter is Nick Badgett, who lined out to right last inning.
And here comes Tyler Dawson in, and this may be it. I think we're going to see the day in for Clayton Lanzer here in the top of third. That will be a pitching change. We'll take a break, guys, in the truck. Wake Tech making a run. It's an 8-6 game, top of the third. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. We're back after this.
Education is our most powerful tool to improve and change our world. Hi, I'm Rhonda Benfield, your host for School Matters. Join me for a new program every other week with information from and about the students and staff of Cleveland County Schools. Discover what our schools are doing to challenge students and help them reach their full potential. You can catch us on Spectrum Cable Channel 19 or stream us live on c19.tv.
Welcome back live on YouTube on this gorgeous April afternoon as Wake Tech Eagles making a run here in the top of the third. Yetis, hard to believe if you're just joining us, led 8-0. Wake Tech's got 6 on the board, top of the third. Still no outs for the Yetis. And, Andy, we've got a brand new pitcher. Quentin Romo is the new man in for the Yetis on the mound.
And Romo is a young man that has been a stopper for the Yetis this season.
He really has been, no doubt about that, and he's going to need to get outs. But we were talking to Andy, Clayton Lancer, first 2 innings, he was just cruising along. Third inning, though, he just could not seem to. There's Greg Tillman, by the way. But hey, come in here, Greg. He's in the shot. There's Greg. Here's our producer, director, Greg Tillman. Well, there's the man, Mr. Greg Tillman, in the shot right now. And there's other people coming into the shot as we are talking. Everybody's coming in. We were talking about Lancer, though, Andy. Just could not seem to get that breaking pitch, and just really seemed to lose all control in that third inning.
Yeah, he did. The wheels came off for him, and Romo will take over here in the third inning.
Badgett is the tying run now with nobody out with a runner on.
Badgett.
There's a bobbled ball. And Huber, Andy, went off his glove, so the first error of the game. So now the Yetis not only some pitching struggles, some defensive struggles. That had a chance to, if Huber could have got to that quick, maybe have been a double play, at least one play at first. But nonetheless, runners first and second now with still nobody out. And that's going to bring up Joey Ferrari to the plate, the left-handed batter. And he gets the go-ahead run. Hard to believe here in this top of the third.
Ferrari steps in, grounded out to end the top half of the second inning. Romo turns, looks the runner back to the bag at second.
8-6 game as Wake Tech having a huge top of the third inning and looking for more.
Romo ready to work, and the pitch is low. Ball one. Ferrari showing bunt. Still nobody out. One-0. Bunt fouled off behind the plate.
Yeah, looking to advance those runners that are at first and second right now. Tying run at first. Eight-6 lead. Top of the third. Game one of this three-game set with the Yetis and the Eagles this weekend.
Romo with the pitch on the outside corner in there. Strike two.
And boy, do the Yetis need a strikeout, Andy, right now. Just an out to try to get some confidence and stop the bleeding here that has been going on in this top of the third. Big inning for Wake Tech.
Two coming.
This is popped up. Sneeden should have it. And he does for a big first out. So one down now in the top of the third.
So finally the Yetis get an out in the third inning.
That'll bring up Tanner Powell, the right-handed batter, to the plate with one out. Runners, as Andy mentioned, first and second.
Powell, they've since scored a run earlier at this inning. We've had some long innings recently this week.
Yeah, we've seen a couple today, obviously, Andy, with the big runs.
Pitches high and inside.
And if you're the Yetis, it's been a rough inning, but you'd love to get out of this with that two-run lead and try to get some momentum heading into the bottom of the third. Great shot there of Powell.
Romo's pitch.
There's a hard hit ball. And it's going to be caught by the center fielder. That one had a shot, and the wind may have helped the Yetis there a little bit, Andy, because that was very hard hit by Powell. But Baroa made the play in center for out number 2. And that will bring to the plate Tristan Blatt with now 2 down, runners first and second.
Black walked and scored earlier in the inning.
Tristan Blatt is the go-ahead run, but now 2 outs. Game 1, there's a good show. There's Chris Nanny, our athletic director.
Romo ready to work.
Good pitch.
Pitch in there on the outside corner, strike 1.
You were mentioning, Andy, during when we went to our break, as the pitching changes are being made, Romo has pitched well as of late.
He has.
When he's come in, he's been able to do some good work for these Yetis in middle relief.
Had excellent control, and his fastball has been good for him. Next pitch fouled off. Two strikes now.
I'm sure Tyler Dawson, head coach of the Yetis, was hoping not to see him this early in the game, especially after the way the Yetis started out.
Six runs on the board for the Eagles, but 2 outs now.
Shot into center, and easy play to end the inning. But it's a big one for Wake Tech. 6 on the board, and they are right back in this game. 2.5 innings in the books, and the Yetis of Cleveland Community College now lead the Eagles of Wake Technical Community College. There you see our score, 8-6, and you know, we showed this picture, Andy, a little bit early in the year, our camera operator up on top, and of course that's Randy Evans, who does such a great job. But Randy, you know, he's a big baseball guy himself back in the day, and I think we might have in the truck a picture of Randy back in, there's Randy right there, who has done such a great job for us all year. He's got his C-19 hat, and he's getting blown all over the place up there with this wind. But do we have some old footage of Randy, I think, from back in the day that we might be able to pop up? We may see that here momentarily. Oh, well, we'll see it a little bit later on, but that is Randy. I want to give kudos to Randy and the job that he's done, Andy. And, you know, we talk about our production crew. Much like ourselves, they've dealt with the wind and the crazy weather this season as well.
They have. The wind has been present in several
games this year. Yeah, well, let's take a look at, I think maybe we found in the truck that picture of Mr. Evans here that we may see momentarily. I think there's Randy from back in the day. He's got his old the old RC shirt on, and yep, there it is. Randy, he looks like a baseball player to me. He's looking good there.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, way back in the day, but kudos to Randy, a part of our production crew all season long. And Andy, for the Yetis, how do you get refocused here? You still do have that 2-run lead, but tough top of the third.
Yeah, you got to just crank your offense back up again.
Turner Davis will lead off for the Yetis here in the bottom half of the inning. Or Davis Turner, excuse me, and then that'll be followed by Tyrus Dawson and
Kyle Sneathen.
Yeah, Sneathen, excuse me, will be the number 3 hitter. So here's Davis Turner to lead off the bottom of the third.
Pitch fouled back, strike 1. Turner, the catcher, base hit and scored in the first.
The lefty, John Davenport, on the mound. Davenport, who came in the bottom of the first inning to relieve starting pitcher Bryson Wagner of Wake Tech.
Pitch outside. 1-1 to Turner, who's been red hot. One. Popped up out of play. Foul ball. 1-2 now to Davis Turner. Breaking ball. Missed. That looked pretty good from here, but
yeah, that just missed. 2-2 count. Yeah, the bullpen not too happy, or the dugout, excuse me, not too happy from Wake Tech.
Bullpen's not happy either.
No, nobody's happy on that one. Full count now, as that one was low. So big pitch coming here. Let's see if Turner can get on. We know his speed as well on the base paths.
Payout pitch coming. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Turner down swinging, and I tell you, Davenport has been cruising the last couple innings.
He's really settled down after that horrible start. He has come in and really settled things down pitching-wise as Kyrus Dawson comes to the plate, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Dawson hit by a pitch and scored in that 8-run first inning for the Yetis. And the pitch popped up.
And fairly easy play there for out number 2. And I tell you, Andy, since that first inning, you can certainly see a switch in this game. Wake Tech has settled down defensively, settled down. Davenport doing a great job pitching. And the Yetis at-bats are becoming a lot quicker as well. 2 down with Kyle Sneathen coming to the plate.
Sneathen, that 3-run home run in the first inning.
Yeah, great first at-bat as he went over the left field wall. And let's see if Sneathen can get on. We know it'd be huge to turn it over and with Dugas on deck.
Pitch outside. Yeah, the Yetis would love to get the top of the order to the plate here in the 3rd inning. Breaking ball is in there.
So 2-1 count now to Kyle Sneathen, Rutherfordton product.
Pitch is low, ball 3. It's 3-1 to Sneathen.
Yetis lead at 8-6, bottom of the 3rd. Nobody on, 2 outs.
3-1 coming. Fouled off, and we've got a full count.
Davenport, as Andy mentioned a little bit earlier in this inning, came in the bottom of the 1st, and he has really settled things down for Wake Tech to give them an opportunity to get back in this game, which they have.
Here's the payoff. Low, ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued to Sneathen. And the Yetis have a base runner back to the top of the order. And Mason Dugas, the batter, walked and scored in the 1st. And he had a base hit later in the 1st.
So, yeah, Dugas has had a great game. Let's see if he can do it again with 2 outs and a runner on.
Pitch is low, ball 1. Davenport suddenly with some control issues.
And if you're the Yetis here, Andy, you'd love to do some 2-out damage.
Snap throw to first and back safely. Pitch fouled off. Davenport checks the runner, comes to the plate, breaking ball inside.
Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd.
Davenport delivers, ground ball, knocked down by the second baseman.
Great play to end the inning, Andy.
That was a line shot. He caught it.
No, he actually slid, made that play and threw it to first. But that was not an easy play to make. 3 in the books. And you see our score. The Yetis of Cleveland Community College lead the Wake Tech Eagles 8-6. We'll head to the bottom, or the top half of the 4th, I should say. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.
These days, having a secure job really matters. Take plumbing, for instance. No matter what's going on with the economy, there will always be a need for professional plumbers to fix problems, help finish a new home or renovation, and make sure the plumbing works just right. Plus, professional plumbers can make a very good living. CCC offers what you need to get going with your career as a plumber. We have a certificate program to give you top-notch residential plumbing skills and knowledge of code requirements. Our program can give you the technical know-how and skills to handle residential and some big commercial projects. You learn how to lay, install, and maintain piping fixtures and systems for gas, hot water, drainage, sprinkling, and plumbing processing systems in any environment. Job security, good pay, professional status. Now the question is, are you ready to start your journey today?
Hi, I'm Tim Foster from C19 TV Sports. Join us each month for Yeti Tracks right here on C19 TV. Each month we talk to the players and the coaches of Yeti Athletics, including cross country, Yeti's boys baseball, and Yeti's girls softball. We break down the matchups, the conferences, the games, and the events that make Yeti sports so special. Stay informed with Yeti Athletics right here on Yeti Tracks each month. Join us right here on C19 TV and online at c19.tv. We head to the top of the fourth. Yetis lead the Eagles of Wake Tech 8-6. Cam Verrier will lead off, the left-handed batter in the top of the fourth for Wake Tech. And his first pitch, and it was a rocket. Luckily went foul for the Yetis down the right field line. Quentin Romo still on the mound. He'll be followed. Verrier will be by Tyler Sellers in the top of the fourth and Cale Laird. 8-6 lead for the Yetis.
Romo's pitch lined into the glove of the first baseman. Quick out there.
Yeah, didn't have to move much there at all. Was Munoz for out number one, and that will bring to the plate Andy his first at bat, because now we're talking about Vincent Merlo. Remember, Merlo came in for Stellers, who was injured. The starting catcher got the base hit, got injured after running down to first base. So this is Merlo, I believe, first at bat.
Yep, left-handed hitter.
One out, top of the fourth. There's a good shot of Quentin Romo.
Romo's pitch inside.
Game one of a three-game set. Game two scheduled for 4 a little bit later this afternoon, live on YouTube. And looking forward to working with Coach Guy Suttle. Game two.
Next pitch, swung on a miss.
Good pitch there by Quentin Romo from Asheville, North Carolina. Just a beautiful afternoon here at the park.
Pitcher's high.
Yetis 12-5 this season at Yetis Athletic Park, and wanted to continue to add some victories in such a crucial series here. Both these teams headed to the Region 10 tournament next weekend.
Another high pitch from Romo.
And Andy, what got the Yetis in big trouble in the last inning? Those walks. Remember that 4
right.
walks. Walked 4 Eagle batters in the top of the third inning. Popped up. Thought Dawson's going to have a shot at it, and he's got it.
In right center field.
Yeah, we talk about Dawson's speed. Pretty good defensive player as well. 2 down here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, Dawson can cover some ground.
Yeah, hopefully the tournament. We're not sure about the broadcast schedule. If it will be done by Region 10, that junior college Region 10. If any broadcasters will be doing that, certainly I'm sure on social media you can keep up with scores and stats along the way. But if we hear any different, we'll let you know. And Laird, Andy, is hit on his right arm, and he's going to be headed down to first base as he took a shot right on his either upper arm or elbow. So he's on with 2 outs, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. A guy we've already seen do some damage. Matt Long, who hit a grand slam his last at bat.
Yeah, that pitch popped pretty good when it hit Laird there, and Long comes back to the plate, a grand slam in the third inning.
He's got a lot of power, and if he hits another one out, Andy, we've got a tie ball game, so Romo's going to have to be careful with a young man in Matt Long with a lot of power.
First pitch in there, strike one. Throw over to first. Back safely there. Romo's pitch. Inside.
It's a 1-1 count.
2 outs, runner at first. 8-6. Yetis in front by 2. Top of the fourth. Pitch fouled back behind the plate.
Talking about a pitcher, Andy, a young man on this Yeti squad who did a great job, I thought, in that Gaston series. Boone Carty came in, pitched 3 innings and gave up just 1 run, and he was crucial in that what we call a shootout, because there were so many runs scored, and winning that, helping win that game for the Yetis.
Romo's pitch low.
2-2 count now.
Romo checks a runner at first. Comes to the plate.
Ball got away. And Laird will be at second in scoring position with now a full count. That'll be coming to Long. And it looked like that Davis Turner and Romo got crossed up on that pitch there, Andy, as it got away.
Yeah.
So Laird's in scoring position, 2 outs, but now a full count pitch will be coming to Long.
I think Turner thought the pitch was going to be outside, and it sailed inside. The fastball. Full count. Romo with the pitch. Walked him.
Oh, boy, I tell you, Romo wanted that one, Andy. Was not happy about that. It's going to be ball 4 and runners first and second. Now Matt Long is the tying run. And here comes the go-ahead run to the plate, and Christian Schmidt. 2 outs. So 2 quick outs for the Yetis, but now the Eagles a couple of runners on here in the top of the 4th.
Schmidt walked last inning. Ground ball to short.
Nice play to second for out 3. Good play by that time, Andy, by Cal Sneathen. 3.5 innings in the books, and the score will stay the Yetis of Cleveland Community College 8, the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College 6. And we want to take time to recognize the CCC Foundation and its board members and the gifts each year to the foundation to help advance the college here at Cleveland Community College of top-notch education and workforce training. Big thanks to our board members. And I want to thank Chad Beam, Dr. Katie Borders, Norma Borders. Big thanks to Marie Brinkley, Brad Cornwell. Also huge thanks to Tony Fogelman, Christoph Hackner, Earl Lutz. Also big thanks to Jackson Martin, Steve Padgett, and Nick Weebelhouse, who are the chairs of the foundation board. We were talking, Andy, as we get ready for the play here momentarily in the bottom of the 4th, about that Region 10 tournament in Morehead City next weekend. 4 teams from the West, 4 teams from the East. We know there will be 1 team that is currently nationally ranked in there. As you see a lot of the fans here today watching the action, that's Pitt Community College. Pitt, Andy, the best team, or best record of the teams that are out of the East. It'll be interesting to see those squads, but you're going to see 8 really good squads, and it's going to be a battle. That round-robin format should be some great action that will be coming up next weekend. And we also want to remind you of the forums that are currently airing on C19, the Republican political forums for both Cleveland County Commissioner and School Board. You can watch on Spectrum Cable C19 TV. Just check out our program guide for air times, or you can check out anytime at C19.tv. And, of course, everything for those events were sponsored by Cleveland Community College, C19 TV, and The Star. Darian Munoz will lead off here, Andy, in the bottom of the 4th.
Darian, base hit in the first, flied out in the second. Scored a run in the first inning after that base hit.
And that first pitch got away from the catcher, so 1-0 count.
Davenport, the 1-0. Ground ball to third. Third baseman's got it and throws him out.
Tell you, Andy, since Davenport has come in, Yetis, I believe, have only had, maybe one or two base runners even on base.
And they haven't had a hit since that big first inning, Tim.
They went from just on fire in the first inning. They have really been shut down since. One down. Here's Robert Moya here in the bottom of the fourth.
Moya had a base hit in the first, struck out swinging to end the inning later on. Davenport's pitch low, ball one. Pitch missed. 2-0 to Moya, one of the Yetis' power hitters, Tim.
Yeah, and the Yetis have got to get those bats going again, as we talked about the hot start, but have really slowed down since.
Pitch fouled off. It's 2-1.
If the playoffs started today, by the way, Andy, Region 10, West teams, the 1 seed would be Catawba Valley. Patrick and Henry would be the 2 seed. The Yetis here at Cleveland Community College would be the 3, and Wake Tech would be the 4 out of the West. And as that ball gets away, the 1 out of the West plays the 4 out of the East, and you can so on of those that initial round-robin tournament. My point was being there's going to be some great action next weekend.
No doubt. A lot of good baseball in the region.
Umpire took a little shot there on his mask. That was fouled off.
1 out, nobody on for the Yetis. Bottom of the fourth. 8-6, Yetis in front. Grounded foul, rolled in front of the dugout left side.
Moya staying alive. Mike Huber on deck. Yetis did all their damage in the bottom of the first.
Davenport, the pitch. Moya fouls it off again, left side.
It was a rocket, but went foul quickly. As I mentioned, Yetis in their white jerseys here in Game 1 this afternoon. Blue numerals.
Davenport's pitch. Fouled off again, and
get a bat here.
Moya up there battling.
Good battle going on here between Davenport and Moya. But that pitch hit the C19 production truck, Andy.
Watch out, guys.
Yeah, glad everybody's safe.
It's popped up foul behind the plate.
And a good crowd here for this Game 1. Fans still making their way in into the Yetis Athletic Park. Great crowd up in the Yeti Club section. Great crowd here behind home plate.
It's fouled off.
What an at-bat. This is good enough to about a 10-11 pitch at-bat here for Robert Moya.
Yeah, this is as good a crowd as we have had in a while here at the ballpark, Tim.
This is a huge series. So much on the line here to end the regular season.
Again, Davenport comes to the plate. It's low, ball 4.
Great at bat there by Robert Moya.
Yeah.
He's on base. And so 1 on, and let's see if Mike Huber, who has shown a lot of power, double digits in home runs this season, he comes to the plate.
Huber walked and scored in the first, lined out to right in the second.
And I think Moya ended on the second base runner for the Yetis since that first inning.
Right. Pitch inside, ball 1 to Huber.
Janiel Baroa on deck for the Yetis.
1-0. In there at the knees. 1-1 to big Mike Huber, the third baseman.
The Pennsylvania native.
Davenport checks the runner at first. 1-1 coming. Slow in the dirt.
8-6 Yetis lead. Great to have you along this afternoon. Game 1 live on YouTube, wherever you might be checking us out. 1 on, 1 out.
Davenport delivers, fouled off, rolled behind the plate, and that's off the foot.
Yeah, that hit Huber's right foot. He's in some pain. So 2-2 count.
Home plate umpire gives Huber a little time to recover from that foul ball. And the pitch rounded to third, to second for one, back to first.
They got it.
Double play, and that's it for the Yetis in the 4th inning.
Wake Tech defense has really played well since the first. 4 in the books. Yetis lead the Eagles of Wake Tech 8-6. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.
Hi, I'm Steve Putnam, and I'd like to invite you to join me for the next Talk of the Town. Each week I get to meet with some of the most interesting people in Cleveland County, and each show is packed with information you need to know to stay connected to our community. From promoting upcoming events to discussing local subjects that impact you, Talk of the Town has a little something for everyone. Plus, we're on every day, so it's easy to catch up with us. That's Talk of the Town, every day, every week, right here on C19 TV, Cleveland County's channel.
Back at Yetis Athletic Park, the Yetis lead the Eagles of Wake Tech 8-6 as we do head to the top of the 5th. Tim Foster and Cleveland County Hall of Famer Andy Foster, as Quentin Romo still on the mound for the Yetis. And that first pitch, Andy, inside to Nick Badgett, the leadoff batter for the Eagles.
Badgett 0 for 2, lined out and popped out.
And Andy, we're looking forward to having a couple of special guests with us the next few innings, or bottom of the 5th and the bottom of the 6th inning. As you see the Yetis with that 8-6 lead.
Pitch on the outside corner in there from Romo.
Quentin Romo, who came in back in the 3rd inning.
Pitch is popped up.
See if this is going to stay in
left
play.
Side.
And right behind us, Andy,
yeah.
not too far behind us. As that one goes foul.
Not a whole lot of territory in the dugout area, left field side.
We've not seen too many plays made in front of that area this season.
No. Normally, if the ball's fouled up in that area, it either hits on top of the dugout or goes behind.
He got him on the strike.
Yeah.
Good pitch by Romo.
So 1 out as Badgett goes down swinging. And Joy Ferrari, the batter.
There's Ferrari, I believe, Andy, his 3rd bat of the game.
Yep, and he's 0 for 3, grounded out and popped out.
0 for 2, yeah.
0 for 2.
Yeah. He's one of the few guys that didn't have that big, or is not a part, I should say, of that big 3rd inning for Wake Tech.
Lines one.
Went foul, yeah.
Foul out of play, left side.
It seems like Romo has started to settle down a little bit for the Yetis as well. Yetis put 8 on the board in the bottom of the first, and then we saw Wake Tech put 6 on the board in the top half of the third inning. And that has been our scoring so far here in game 1.
Next pitch to Ferrari, fouled off.
And he's in the hole 0-2. Tanner Powell on deck. Good shot of Quentin Romo.
Yeah, pitch is high. One-two count to Ferrari. 1-2 is low, and it's 2-2.
Andy, looking forward to have Dr. Jason Hurst, Cleveland Community College president. He will join us at the bottom of this inning. He's going to switch seats with you and jump in, and looking forward to talking to Jason.
2-2 foul back in the screen.
It's a big 2-2 pitch coming from Romo.
Pitch is high.
The Yetis have walked at least one Wake Tech batter the last 3 innings, and they're trying to avoid that here. So not full count.
Romo with the payoff. Foul out of play again. Ferrari up there battling.
Yeah, and I tell you, Wake Tech has done a good job of extending these at-bats since the first inning. And they've been much better defensively as well. That's one thing. Remember, they had those errors that really put them in some big holes in the for that big first inning for the Yetis.
Again, the pitch fouled out of play.
They have really battled since getting in that early hole this afternoon in game 1.
Again, the payoff pitch. Check swing, fouled in front of the dugout left side.
Just got a piece of that. Eight-6 Yetis lead, top of the 5th, game 1. And again, so great to have you along with us on YouTube this afternoon live. He got him.
Yep, fastball at the knees. 2 down.
And Ferrari didn't like that. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Now to bring up Tanner Powell.
Powell this afternoon, base hit scored in the 3rd inning and flied out to left in the 4th. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Pitch fouled off. 0-2 with 2 down to Powell.
See if Romo can get the strikeout here.
0-2 coming. Missed inside. Romo wanted that one.
So 1-2 count. Tristan Blatt on deck if Powell can get on.
0-2. Outside. One and 2 to Powell. 2 outs, nobody on.
gets away. So full count. Three-two count will be coming, 3-2 pitch, I should say, will be coming to Tanner Powell with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Here's a payoff from Romo. Check swing, fouled out of play. Still 3-2 count with 2 outs to Powell.
He got him.
Yep, and he strikes out the side for out 3.
So 4.5 innings in the books, and the Yetis still hold on to a 8-6 lead over Wake Tech. And heading into the guys to the top of the 6th inning, we're going to be sitting down with Jason Hurst here in just a few minutes, Cleveland Community College president. And Andy, Quentin Romo's really settled down on the mound for the Yetis and done a good job last couple of innings.
Yeah, he's shut them down since that big inning for the Eagles in the 3rd.
But on the other hand, as we see again, we're talking about John Davenport, the left-handed batter. He's done a good job on the Yeti batters since he's come in.
Yep, Davenport has shut down the Yetis.
No doubt about it. Big thanks again to our whole production crew that have done such a great job all season long. Our producer director, Greg Tillman. Greg, a lot of preparation for this first year of Yeti men's baseball here in this facility. Also, big thanks to Danny Morton, Randy Evans, Justin Roper, our intern Benjamin Swafford, the job that he's done. And Andy, I want to thank our whole crew all season long, as well as our announcers, Paul Foster, who's done a great job with us this year, yourself, Guy Sutter, who will join me later, Rob Roop. We've had a great crew all year long, and actually, Andy, we're going to bring Dr. Jason Hurst in. We're going to let you switch seats with Dr. Hurst as he comes in. They're going to switch headsets here momentarily, and we'll have President Jason Hurst, who's going to be with us here for this bottom of the 5th inning. Andy's going to be keeping up with the scoring during that time, and great to have Cleveland Community College President Dr. Jason Hurst with us. And Jason, good afternoon, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
We're bringing you in, and as we start the inning, that's Janelle Baroa. We'll be keeping an eye on him. And we're going to look at this first pitch, Jason, and we're going to talk a little bit. First pitch is in there. Baroa hits it to center and should be an easy out, and he is one down. Jason, I think about 1 year ago, June 1st, we had the groundbreaking for this facility. June 1st, 2021. First game here, February 12th of this year. And here we are with our final weekend. It's been just an unbelievable year, I think you would agree.
It's been an incredible year. Our facility couldn't look better. So proud of our team. We've had such a good run this year. 2nd season, and our Yetis look absolutely awesome. So proud of them.
What has sports and male and female, as we see Casiato hit another rocket, it's going to be called, and 2 quick outs here into center field for out number 2. What's sports, student athletes, male and female, I'm talking about cross country, our Yeti girls softball team, men's baseball, what has it meant for Cleveland Community College over the last couple of years?
You know, I think the biggest thing is that it has changed the perception of the college to mainly our high school students, but really to our community. We look and feel different to our community, and we are different, and I think it's important for those opportunities for students that we would have never gotten to come to Cleveland Community College had we not offered athletics.
I know recently, as Davis Turner's at the plate and he takes the first pitch low, I know recently you talked to the chamber about the impact Cleveland Community College has made in our community. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so recently had a nice opportunity to meet with chamber folks and the business and industry community, and just talking about what this has done for us and bringing in students from out of state, outside of Cleveland County.
There is Turner with a base hit, so he is on, Dr. Hurst, on with 2 outs here in the 5th.
So bringing in a lot of people that we would not have here.
Yep.
And so the great thing, we're one of the only community colleges that has athletic fields on our campus, and we were intentional about that. When our Board of Trustees voted unanimously to start athletics, our intent was all the time to have the fields on campus.
Sure.
And so we're grateful to do that. We have aunts and uncles and cousins and boyfriends and girlfriends and people of all over the community coming to our games.
Turner is on first. Kyrus Dawson is going to pop this one up, and play is able to be made in down the first base line, and that will end the bottom of the fifth, and we'll keep it right here. After 5, the Eddies still lead the Eagles of Wake Tech 8-6, and I just think about this first year. You know, we talked about it, the ribbon cutting back on February 12th. What a home year it's been, Dr. Hurst. 12-5 on this field. We truly have been really good at home, and not to mention that, but you're talking about a baseball team that's headed to the Region 10 playoffs, a softball squad that could be headed to playoff action as well. I know you're so proud of that.
I couldn't be more proud in our second season of being this successful. And the 12-5 record we're talking about for baseball, I know at least 3 of those losses were by 1 point.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We started 0-3 here. Since then, we've been 12-2 at home. I'd say that's a home field advantage.
Major home field advantage. We've got a beautiful facility here, and I've been so pleased how our community has come out and supported their Yetis.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Dr. Hurst, I want to thank you and Kristen Blanton, our IT department, maintenance, everybody that has helped with our C19, our broadcast on YouTube of Yeti Men's Baseball. It takes a lot of people, because we've been in a lot of meetings over the last year and a half. It takes a lot of people to make this happen. Kudos to Greg Tillman, our whole crew in the truck. We can't say enough about them, and a big thank you to you and your folks.
Well,
the president heard that. We'll have to have a meeting about that, won't we, Jason?
Well, I couldn't be more proud of C19 and our staff that are running the TV program, celebrating 40 years, and just so proud of the work that you guys all do. You do a phenomenal job, and one of the things that this is another thing that sets us apart when you look at other community colleges, and we're playing Wake Tech today, the largest community college in the state of North Carolina.
Yes, they are.
Speaking with their AD, and he's really just jealous about what we have.
I saw him earlier. He told me that as well.
Very jealous about what we have, and the fact that we have C19 out here filming all of our home games and doing it in such a high level is really exciting, and I'm so proud of you guys, and thank you very much.
Well, we appreciate what you've done. One final question for you. Right behind us here, May 12th, our commencement ceremony, 6 o'clock, and I think about some of the broadcasting graduates that I'm going to have an opportunity to cheer on, but it's going to be a special night, as it always is, Dr. Hurst.
It is. We'll have 500 to 600 students graduating, and probably 2,500 or so in the crowd. Looking for a great night, and this is really special for me. Our daughter's graduating high school this year, and she will be graduating with her associate degree from Cleveland Community College.
And you usually recognize her. Are you going to do that again this year? I mean, she loves it, I can tell.
Yeah, I'll do my best to embarrass her again.
Dr. Hurst, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate everything, and congratulations on a great year, and go Yetis.
Go Yetis. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Thanks so much. Jason Hurst, Cleveland Community College president. As always, we appreciate when he has stopped by to visit us throughout the season, and we are headed to the top of the 6th inning, and we will head to the top of the 6th with the Eddies leading 8-6. We're going to have another guest here a little bit later on as well, one of our Board of Trustee members, and Andy, we will see leading off here Tristan Blatt for Wake Tech, and we have got a new pitcher as the first pitch is fouled off for the Yetis. And momentarily we'll give you that new pitcher's name, the left-hander. That is Kyle Flynn from the Florida native. Andy, as we start the top of the 6th.
And at the plate it is Tristan Black, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
I believe it's Blatt, Andy.
Blatt, not Black.
Yeah, Tristan Blatt, I believe, is the right-handed batter. And, Andy, you were watching that bottom of the 5th inning. Has had the opportunity to interview Dr. Hurst. Another quick inning for Wake Tech defensively. They have really shut down the Yetis since that first inning.
Yeah, the Yetis able to get a hit but could do nothing with it.
Good pitch there by Flynn, the left-hander, the 6'1", 180-pounder from Dundon, Florida. And he gets the strikeout for out number 1. That was a nasty pitch there for out number 1.
And 4 in a row, the Yetis pitching has struck out 4 batters in a row now.
Yeah, done a tremendous job and still hold on to this 8-6 lead. Here's Cam Verrier for Wake Tech with 1 down, the left-handed batter.
1 for 3 base hit and scored in that big 3rd inning for the Eagles.
That one went into the dirt from Flynn. Flynn, one of those guys, Andy, that we've not seen a lot of this year. But when he's coming in, he's done a good job for the Yetis, the left-handed pitcher.
Yes, he has. I believe he pitched in the victory over Gaston College in Game 1 the other day.
Some of the faithful didn't like that call. That one's in the dirt. Looks like it's a 2-1 count now to Verrier.
Another pitch fouled off. We've had a bunch of foul offs in this ballgame.
Yeah, we really have. If you're just joining us, it has certainly been an interesting game. The Yetis put 8 on the board in the bottom of the first, had an 8-0 lead, but we saw Wake Tech come back in the top of the third with 6 on the board, and that is still our score here, top of the 6. 8-6 Yetis lead, game 1 of a 3-game set.
Ground ball at first. Picked up an easy play.
Munoz.
For Munoz, and 2 outs.
So good job for the Yetis, 2 down, and that'll bring up Vincent Merlot, who will have his second at bat of the game. I think Merlot is first at bat. Andy back in the 4th.
Popped out.
Certainly great to have Cleveland Community College President Dr. Jason Hurst joining us a little bit earlier.
Pitch fouled off. Strike 1.
Andy, Dr. Hurst has just done a tremendous job here at the college in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I think he's reinvigorated everything here at CCC, Tim.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Next pitch swung on and missed. Two outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. Pitch missed outside.
Big game between these two squads who are battling for possibly the 3rd and 4th seeds in the Region 10 baseball tournament next weekend. He got him.
Strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Flynn, and that's it for the Eagles in the 6th inning.
5.5 in the books, and you see our score. The Yetis still lead the Eagles of Wake Tech by a score of 8-6. And Andy, good job by Flynn, doing a good job. And we're going to have another guest here join us, Andy, momentarily. You're going to have to step away one more time. Andy's been coming in and out. He's working a little extra pay, so we're going to have here momentarily. As you see, the David and Melissa White scoreboard, 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Yetis, 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Eagles. And great to have Cleveland Community College, I should say, Board of Trustees member Alan Langley joining us. Alan, welcome into the broadcast. And Alan, what a beautiful day and what a year it's been for Yetis baseball. I know you've been here a lot. Your thoughts?
I tell you what, if people say that Jason is a dreamer, it's more like he's a visionary.
Yeah.
For him to come to our campus, you've been here a long time.
I have been.
To watch all of these people come out and watch the game and be on the support, be here. Students tell me all the time, hey, I'm proud to be coming to Cleveland Community College. And it's just because of these opportunities like this. We have 92 students that would not be here.
That's amazing.
Had it not been for sports.
Yeah.
It's bringing in economic development. Think about it, how much money that it brings into our community for all of these parents coming to visit.
Yeah, we got a lot of people from Raleigh here today.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's just this is one of the best things that I've ever been a part of. I'm proud to say that I'm a trustee at Cleveland Community College. and it just always does me good to come out on a day like today, sit and watch the guys play. They're incredible athletes and just a great opportunity.
Talk about the Board of Trustees. I know 100% support for athletics. We've talked about that, and I know the board is so proud of what this team has done in their first year in this new park.
We are. It's incredible the change, the sweeping changes that's been made. Now I'll tell you that all of us wasn't exactly for it when it first was introduced, but after Jason shared his vision, we all said, gosh, yeah, where do we sign?
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's no looking back. And, I mean, just getting the softball field and then now talking about basketball, I mean, I just – what an incredible change, metamorphosis for our college.
No doubt about it.
And, I mean, I'm just, again, so proud to be a part of it.
Kelson Ethan leading off here in the bottom of the sixth, and great to have Cleveland County Board of Trustee member Alan Langley was that catch made? What a play out in left field.
Catch.
What a sliding catch there, Alan, out in left field as Wake Tech playing good defense. I talked to we were just talking with Dr. Hurst. We're just about a couple of weeks away from our graduation ceremony's commencement. Talk about that night for you guys and the board. That's always a special night. We're going to have a lot of graduates on our campus.
Well, I mean, that used to be my favorite function as a board member, is to come and see those smiling faces walk across the stage and be able to shake their hands and tell them congratulations. But by golly, it's I'm having to weigh it out because it's kind of fun to come out here and watch.
Yeah.
And the only problem with that play, Tim,
it
was the other team.
I know, and they've been playing some good defense since the Yetis got off to this hot start. Davis Turner is going to pop out, it looks like, to right field, and he does for out number 2. And, I was talking to Dr. Hurst about this as well, Alan. This team is 12-5 in this new since we lost those first 3 games to Patrick and Henry. 12-2 on the year. This has been truly a home field advantage, and you can feel it. It's a great atmosphere out here if you hadn't been.
It is. Everybody should come out and take an opportunity. It's right here in Shelby. You're not having to drive 100 miles to go either direction. And, I mean, if you don't enjoy yourself, we'll give you money back.
That's right. And, hey, and one of the great things, I know you've enjoyed it, I've enjoyed it, we have great food out here as well.
We do. But we'll treat you better than family if you'll come out and just take an opportunity to just enjoy the guys, enjoy the campus. Oh, go ball, go.
Yeah, and that will end the inning. And, Alan, as we end it, thank you so much for stopping in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Alan Langley from our Cleveland Community College Board of Trustees. 6 in the books. We head to the 7th. The Yetis lead 8-6 over Wake Tech, and you're watching Yeti Men's Baseball on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19. We'll be back for the 7th after this.
Fact: COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Millions of doses have already been given in the United States, and these vaccines have the most intensive safety monitoring in U.S. history. If you have questions, get answers from a reliable source, cdc.gov.
Hey, we're back live on the campus of Cleveland Community College. Thank you, Danny Morton, in the truck. That's why we got Danny there to keep an eye on us, as I was a few seconds behind. But Andy, as we were talking with Alan Langley, great to have Alan, great to have Jason Hurst with us, Cleveland Community College president. Another inning with some great defensive plays there for Wake Tech, and it's an 8-6 game as we head to the 7th.
Yeah, Wake had so much trouble defensively in that first inning, and since then they have played lights-out defensive baseball and have kept the Yetis from reuniting their offense here today.
Kyle Flynn on the mound as we start the 7th with the Yetis with this 8-6 lead. Top of the 7th inning, and first pitch in there, Andy, of course, to Kel Laird, who will lead off, followed by Matt Long. And batting third will be Christian Smith for the Eagles here in the top of the 7th. Great shot there, Flynn.
Laird has struck out, walked, and hit by a pitch today. He scored a run in the big third inning for the Eagles.
And that pitch was outside, so I believe 2-0 count. Wake Tech looking to get runners on, and as that one's in the dirt. Gorgeous afternoon here on this final day of April. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Coach Guy Sutter will join me in Game 2. And then tomorrow at noon, Rob Roop will be with me to wrap up our 2022 regular season. That's in there.
Kyle Flynn, the lefty, on the hill for the Yetis now. Flynn with the pitch.
It's outside.
Yep.
And the Yetis, Andy, who had really done a good job, I think had put down 5 consecutive Eagle batters. It's a leadoff walk, though, to start the 7th. And here comes the tying run to the plate, and Matt Long.
Actually, they had put down 6 in a row.
Yeah. So Laird at first, Long now the tying run. He's already had that grand slam earlier in the game.
Dangerous batter at the plate. And the pitch.
Good
breaking
one.
Ball in there, strike 1.
Big series between two teams, as we mentioned, headed to the Region 10 tournament in Morehead City. That'll start at the end of next week. Sneathen at second, Andy. Double play.
Great play. Sneathen turns the double play.
That ball was hit hard enough where it certainly, with Sneathen's speed, gave him time to touch second and made really a pretty easy double play. So 2 down here and a big one in the top half of the 7th. Great play defensively.
So both squads making outstanding defensive plays in this ball game.
And you're seeing why both these teams, Andy, are going to be in postseason play. 2 solid squads.
At the plate is Christian Schmidt.
Yeah, and Davis Turner, as that ball hit the dirt, lost his mask. It's an 1-0 count, to Schmidt.
Schmidt 1 hit back in the 2nd inning today. Pitches inside, 2-0 with 2 outs to Schmidt.
As we mentioned, Game 2 scheduled for 4 o'clock. Most likely will be after that, but it will be later this afternoon. 7-inning affair.
Pitch miss inside.
Oh, I think called it strike.
Okay, got a 2-0 pitch called strike, so it's 2-1.
Yeah, Schmidt didn't agree with it, but it was called a strike.
Low, 3-1.
Kyle Flynn, as we mentioned, the Florida native, trying to shut down Wake Tech and preserve this lead that the Yetis have here in the 7th.
3-1.
Sneathen again. Great play.
Makes another great play.
6.5 in the books, and the Yetis still hold on to this 8-6 lead over the Eagles of Wake Tech. We want to again thank our generous Yeti Club members who we want to give a big shout out to. Thanks to our foothill level members of the Yeti Club, Lance and Kimberly Ashley, Brinson and Kristen Blanton, Jeff and Laura Bowen. Big thanks to Robin Brackett, Miss Mary Carlson, as well as Jimmy and Kathy Carroll as well, that are a big part of our Foothills Yeti Club member. And you see the Yeti Club up there, a good shot of those folks. So, Andy, 6.5 in the books. We talked about these two teams coming in. We mentioned Wake Tech coming in at 17-15, the Yetis at 16-14. So the Yetis know that if they can hold on to this victory here, they're going to put themselves in good position and get what they would love to be a 3rd win in this series in 4 games against Wake Tech. But what's it going to take down the stretch? Because, again, we've seen Wake Tech defensively really good since the 1st inning.
Yeah, and if you're the Yetis, you might think maybe playing a little small ball, manufacture a run or two to get some insurance in this ball game.
Yep. And Andy, again, talk about the job. He came in the 1st inning, and he has done the job since. What about John Davenport now pitching in his 6th inning?
And Davenport's got to be one of their starters because
yes.
He's too tough on the hill to not be a starter for this squad.
Yeah, certainly he didn't expect to have to come in so early in the ball game, and if you're the Yetis right now, you want some insurance. You got the 2-run lead, and it's going to be Robert Moya to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th as he is headed to the plate. Tim Foster, Cleveland County Hall of Famer Andy Foster with you, and great to have you along live on YouTube on a gorgeous afternoon. I tell you, Andy, especially when that wind's not blowing, just a perfect afternoon for baseball.
Yes, it is. Around 80 degrees, a lot of sun, and it's good baseball weather for sure.
Moya will lead off in this inning, followed by Mike Huber and Janiel Baroa. Bottom of the 7th for the Yetis with an 8-6 lead.
Moya 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. That run in the first inning, that big 8-run first inning for the Yetis, and the Yetis have maintained the lead since that big first, but it's much closer now at 8-6. Pitcher's popped up out of play.
We go behind home plate. Well, Andy, the Yetis are 6 outs away, but it could be a tough 6 outs. That's one thing to think about. That's why we mentioned those insurance runs could be big with this 2-run lead. Yetis, as we mentioned, and as you can see in those white jerseys, blue numerals for game 1 this afternoon.
Pitch is low. I tell you, Moya watched that one coming to the plate all the way. Davenport with the next pitch. Hit him.
Threw behind him.
Oh, it was behind him. I thought maybe he got him.
Yeah, I thought it, but it just went behind him. I don't know how it didn't hit him. Moya I tell you, fortunate that he wasn't hit. Fortunate for Davenport.
Yeah.
That ball went completely behind him.
Way out of the zone. Next pitch.
Just foul third base side. And I believe, is that a full count now to Moya? I believe it may be. Yetis lead at 8-6, bottom of the 7th. There's our score. Barber Moya leading off, nobody out.
Pitch popped up into shallow right field. Right fielder on the run makes the catch in fair territory.
Nice play.
1 out.
In right. That'll bring up Mike Huber with 1 down.
Huber.
Yep.
Walked and scored in the first, since has lined out and hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Of course, Huber, the starting third baseman for the Yetis here in game 1.
Pitch is low, ball 1. One-oh. Breaking ball in there. That had a big break. Breaks high and then low on that pitch from Davenport.
Yeah, Davenport still doing a great job with that pitch. That was a little bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yetis, Andy, maybe 4 or 5 base runners since that first inning. There's not been many opportunities since that huge first.
Pitch is low.
The 3-1 now to Mike Huber. If he can get on base, Janelle Baroa is on deck for the Yetis.
Yetis have had only 3 base runners since the first. There's a strike in the inside corner.
It's a full count now to Huber.
Davenport with the payoff to Huber.
It's a low.
Ball 4.
So Huber's on at first with 1 out, and he could be a big insurance run with this 2-run lead. There's Jenya Baroa with 1 on, 1 out. Can Baroa get a big hit here?
Baroa is definitely due. He's 0 for 3, lined out, grounded out, and lined out again. Pitch is low, ball 1.
We've seen Davenport throw a lot of pitches. He has been solid since coming in for the Eagles.
1-0.
Good pitch.
At the knees in there. It's 1-1.
Tyler Casiato on deck for the Yetis. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. 8-6 Yetis lead.
Pitches low, gets away, and easily into second base.
There's Huber. He's in scoring position. He would be a big run if they could get him across.
That was a wild pitch, I believe, Tim.
It was. Got away over near the Eagles dugout. So Huber's in scoring position, as you mentioned, Andy, with 1 out.
Base hit could get him in.
And that would be a big one to try to extend this 2-run lead, as we mentioned. Great shot of Baroa and Davenport, the left-handed pitcher.
Davenport with the pitch, breaking ball.
That's a fair ball. Huber's going to go to third, and he's safe. Huber went to third, and a great play by the third baseman that time to get Baroa, and then Huber, as the throw was going to first, headed to third. Bang, bang play at third, but he was able to get his right hand in. So now we've got a runner at third, but 2 outs with Tyler Casiato. But, hey, a pass ball, which we've already seen, could bring Huber in, so this is a big at-bat for the Yetis.
So that was a line out to left field, is that correct?
No, grounded. It was made by the third baseman. And
all
then,
right.
Yep, Huber advanced from second to third. Here's a shot from Casiato. It's going to be in the gap. That will score Huber. Casiato, Andy at second, and a big insurance run. Yetis now lead at 9-6. And you talk about a guy who's had a big week. That is Tyler Casiato on the RBI double.
Casiato with the play, the double, driving in Huber, and a big insurance run on the board for the Yetis.
9-6 Yetis lead. 1 out, or 2 out, excuse me, now, and a runner in scoring position. Good to see Coach Guy Suttle, who will join me for Game 2 a little bit later on this afternoon. So Davis Turner, Andy, is at the plate. Casiato in scoring position, 2 outs. And now a 9-6 Yetis lead.
Pitch is bowed out of play.
We talked about Casiato, Andy, and the damage he has done. The Yetis needed a big run, big hit, and they got it as he hit it into that gap for the big RBI.
Throw back to second.
Boy, goes in the outfield, and here comes Casiato. He's going to go to third. That was a wild throw, Andy, that the second baseman had no shot out that time, and that will advance Casiato to third.
And for a second there, I don't think Casiato knew it had gone into the outfield.
He didn't, but still, even in that case, had time to get down to third.
Another big insurance run on base at third for the Yetis. There's a ground ball to first.
That's a fair ball.
Fair ball.
It hit the bag, I believe, and it's going to be a fair ball and an RBI. It's a 10-6 lead. Boy, you're talking about placing it in the right spot for Davis Turner. It looked like it hit the first base bag, kind of ricocheted to our right, Andy, and it's another RBI, and these are 2 huge runs for the Yetis.
I tell you, Davis Turner is on fire. 3 hits today and a run scored, Tim.
What a game he's had, and it's a 10-6 Yetis lead. Now in the bottom of the 7th, a 4-run lead with Kyrus Dawson at the plate.
Pitch to Dawson outside, ball 1. So the Yetis get those insurance runs, Tim.
And they've done it with 2 outs. That's the big story here in this bottom of the 7th. Turner at first, 2 outs. 10-6, now you see our lead on your screen.
Dawson with a fly ball.
And it will be caught, but a couple of big runs to end the 7th inning. 7 in the books. Yetis put 2 on the board, and after 7, Cleveland Community College leads Wake Tech Community College 10-6. You're watching Yeti Men's Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.
Someone once said that without music, life would be a mistake. And that's how we feel here on Face the Music. Hi, I'm Summer Castle-Keever, and I'd love for you to join me each month on our new program, Face the Music, which airs on C19 TV and C19.tv. Each month we'll highlight the talents, personalities, and stories behind some of the area's most gifted singers, songwriters, and musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun, so join me each month for a new edition of Face the Music right here on C19.
At CCC, we're all about training students for exciting careers. Our Barber Academy is a great example. Did you know jobs for barbers, stylists, and other related fields are increasing? Competition for the best jobs will be strong. With your CCC training, you'll have a definite edge. Our courses give you the skills and knowledge you need to sit for North Carolina's Apprentice Barber exam. To move up the ladder, you need at least 1 year of on-the-job training before you take the state's registered barber exam. If you pass, it's official. You'll be a registered barber. While private barber schools can cost $10,000 or more, CCC makes it affordable. Plus, you can complete our Barber Academy in only 15 months. Now the question is, are you ready to start your journey today?
Couple of huge runs in the bottom of the 7th as we bring you back live here on YouTube to Yetis Athletic Park. A gorgeous afternoon. Yetis now lead it over Wake Tech 10-6 as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. And Andy, it will be Nick Badgett followed by Joey Ferrari and Tanner Powell, the batters here in the top half of the 8th. And that was two big runs for the Yetis there in the 7th.
Yeah, two big insurance runs by the Yetis in the 7th inning. Increase the lead to 4, and Badgett, the batter, is 0 for 3. He's lined out and on by an error and struck out swinging.
There's a good shot of Badgett. Kyle Flynn still on the mound for the Yetis. Yetis 6 outs away from winning this game 1 this afternoon. Tim Foster and Andy Foster with you here live on YouTube. And again, great to have you along. Looking forward to working with Coach Guy Suttle. Game 2 a little bit later on this afternoon. And Game 3 of this series will be tomorrow afternoon at noon. And I'll have that one with Rob Roop as we get ready to start the top half of the 8th.
Fastball in there, strike 1. It's going to be a little bit warmer since the last time you and Rob worked together.
Just a little. Yeah, about 30 to 40 degrees warmer, I believe, Andy. You're right. It's in there, 0-2 count to Badgett.
Yeah,
Flynn's done a good job, Andy, since coming in.
Yeah, Flynn got the outside corner on that pitch.
Joey Ferrari on deck.
0-2. Outside.
Yetis had not scored since those 8 runs in the first, but a couple of big runs, 2 big insurance runs in the bottom of the 7th have given them a 10-6 lead.
1-2. High. 2-2 to Badgett.
Wake Tech, as you see in those gray jerseys, kind of the darker blue numerals.
Fly ball, right field.
Dawson
right there.
Didn't have to move much for out 1. So 1 down, top half of the 8th, and it's going to bring up Joey Ferrari. Ferrari, his 4th at bat of the game, Andy, I believe, this afternoon in Game 1.
Ferrari hits or
just his at bats.
Yeah, this is his 4th at bat.
Okay, 4th at bat, the left-handy.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3, grounded out, popped out, struck out looking. Pitch inside, ball 1.
Yetis trying to win their 5th consecutive here at home. And their 13th out of the last 15 home games if they can hold on here this afternoon.
Pitch is fouled off into the screen right in front of us. That's when we're thankful for the screen here.
Wake Tech came in this afternoon 25-22 overall, 17-15 in region play.
Breaking ball low. One out, nobody on. Top of the 8th.
Foul third base side. Again, big thanks to our whole production crew. What a job they've done all season long, bringing you the sights and sounds of Yeti men's baseball. And we have seen some unbelievable games this season here in this park. They got him.
Strike 3.
What a pitch by Flynn for out number 2. A gorgeous pitch. And here comes Tanner Powell with 2 down in the top half of the 8th.
Powell, 1 hit in that big third for the Eagles, and he scored a run that inning. Then he has flied out and struck out swinging today.
Speaking guys in the truck, we'll take a look at the C19 programs. C19 TV at the bottom of this inning. First pitch low. So looking forward to checking out all the programs that you can view on Spectrum Cable, C19, or online at c19.tv.
There's a strike. Fastball from Flynn.
Yeah, we'll check that out, guys, at the bottom of the inning.
2 outs, nobody on. 10-6, Yetis in front. Yeti offense has been prolific recently. And he swings and misses on that one.
1-2 count now to Powell.
Pitch fouled into the screen.
Flynn has done an excellent job, as we mentioned, since coming in a couple of innings ago. The 6'1", 180-pounder from Florida.
Pitch
Ooh.
just missed outside.
Oh, my. That was close, Andy.
It really was.
And the Yeti faithful really thought it was. So 2-2 count.
2-2 coming. Breaking ball called, strike 3, and that's it for the Eagles.
Kyle Flynn, what a job he did. Another strikeout, 7.5 innings in the books. And the Yetis hold on to a 10-6 lead over the Eagles of Wake Tech Community College. And guys, we saw it just a minute ago, but let's look at our C19 TV programming. C19 celebrating 40 years in 2022, and we invite you to check out all of our great shows every day. Thank you, my friends in the truck. Armchair Quarterback, Artworks, Cleveland Connections, Cleveland County Kitchen with Deborah Blanton, Community Spotlight. Also, Dare to Soar, Face the Music with Summer Keever. For your help, for your information, Meet Me at the Movies with Noel T. Manning each and every week. And each and every day. Political Smackdown, always fun to watch Political Smackdown. Talk of the Town, Woman to Woman, Yeti Tracks, and School Matters with Rhonda Benfield. And Andy, a lot of people watching Political Smackdown. As we know, the primary coming up on Tuesday, May 17th. Early voting, I believe, has already started in the county. Is that right?
That's correct, and it's a great time to watch Political Smackdown. They'll keep you informed on all the races in Cleveland County.
No doubt about it. Andy, your thoughts about this game through 7.5? We know the Yetis are 3 outs away from getting a big, huge win, but, off to a great start. Kind of struggled a little bit in the middle part of the game, but have kind of taken control of this ball game here late in game 1.
Yeah, a couple of big runs last inning, and they lead it by 4 going into the bottom of the 8th inning.
And, Andy, it looks like we've got a new pitcher in for the Eagles of Wake Tech. You see the Yetis dugout, and that is number 32, I believe? Yes, I believe that is number 32, and that's Laird. That's Kel Laird, Andy, who's come in to pitch, I believe, for the Yetis. So that was obviously he was playing position was Laird playing a little bit earlier, but that is Laird now. That will be the new pitcher here in the bottom of the 8th for Wake Tech.
Let's check here.
Yeah.
Laird was playing.
He was the
third.
DH.
Yeah, DH. Yeah, the DH is in the ball game now on the mound.
So here's Kel Sneathan to lead off for the Yetis in the bottom of the 8th. We have seen Sneathan do some damage. Of course, had that 3-run homer, his first at bat earlier in today's game, and he leads off for the Yetis.
Laird's pitch.
It's like a shot to center and an easy play by the center fielder.
One pitch, one out there as Sneathen is retired. And back to the top of the order, here's Mason Dugas.
So here's Dugas with one out, bottom of the 8th. Game 2 will follow about 30 minutes after the final out here in Game 1 this afternoon.
Pitch in there, outside corner, strike one. Dugas today walked and scored in the first, a base hit in the second. He's grounded out and popped out since then. Pitch outside, 1-1 to the leadoff hitter, Mason Dugas.
A few more clouds, Andy, starting to pop up, but it's still a absolutely gorgeous afternoon.
1-1, low, 2-1 to Dugas. Darian Munoz on deck.
Kel Laird, the third pitcher of the day for the Eagles.
Pitch is popped up left side.
So if he's got a shot at it, and no, it's going to go into the bullpen of the Eagles. Randy Evans had a good shot of that as it was foul.
One out.
There is that bullpen area.
One out, nobody on. Breaking ball outside.
Full count now to Dugas. There's a good shot of Tyler Dawson, Yeti's head coach. Grounder to third is an easy one, and 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the 8th as Darian Munoz will come to the plate.
Darian Munoz the batter. Base hit, scored a run in that big first inning, has flied out, grounded out, and flied out again since the first inning. This is low, ball 1.
Game 1 of this 3-game set. Yetis lead at 10-6, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs.
Pitch inside.
If Munoz can get on, Andy, Robert Moya is on deck for the Yetis.
Pitch is high.
.30 count.
.30 coming. Low ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued to Munoz. And here is Robert Moya. Base hit, scored in the first. Since then has struck out, walked, and flied out.
So Munoz could be some more insurance with this 4-run lead. Robert Moya, Andy, who one of the team leaders in home runs this season. And how good the Yetis have been on stealing bases.
Pitch popped up behind the plate, out of play. Yeah, Munoz has been a productive long ball hitter all season long.
Now Munoz at first, Moya at the plate, and the Yetis trying to add to a 10-6 lead, bottom of the 8th.
Pitch fouled off.
Quickly 0-2. If Moya can get on, Mike Hooper is on deck.
Cleanup hitter. The pitch. Rounded to short.
Great play to second to end the 8th. Yetis are 3 outs away, though, as we wrap up 8 innings. They lead it over Wake Tech 10-6, you're watching Yeti Men's Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV. We'll head to the top of the ninth right after this.
Between your job, your family, and other demands on your time, life can get pretty hectic. So we want you to take time for yourself. Hi, I'm Jennifer Harrell, and I want you to join me for your health. Each month, the Cleveland County Health Department and C19 TV will explore topics that affect you and your family's health. We'll discuss the importance of exercise, a healthy diet, and regular health screenings and checkups. From fitness tips to warning signs to the latest healthcare news. For Your Health will help keep you in shape and up to date in Cleveland County. We want you to be your best, so join us each month for Your Health, right here on Spectrum Cable and online, c19.tv.
Find your voice at the Cleveland Community College Summer Broadcasting Camp. Do you have something to say on air? Learn the skills to produce your own podcast. Own your vision and produce your own YouTube channel. Discover the magic of chroma key and be a part of producing and directing a C19 TV show. Keep your focus at the Cleveland Community College Summer Broadcasting Camp, June 27th through 30th. Call Continuing Education at 704-669-4015. Back live at Yeti's Athletic Park on YouTube. The Yetis are 3 outs away from moving to 13-5 on the season in this park and winning their 5th consecutive home game, and more importantly, a big game one. They lead at 10-6, and it's Kyle Flynn, Andy, on the mound, going to try to close it out. Tristan Blatt leading off here in the top of the ninth.
Black is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
Blatt, Tristan Blatt.
Blatt.
Yes.
It is not. I've called him Black all day.
That's
but
okay.
It's Blatt, B-L-A-T-T.
Yes, Tristan Blatt. Big story is, can the Yetis get him out here in the top of the ninth?
0-1 misses, and it's 1-1 to Blatt.
I tell you, Andy, Kyle Flynn, we were talking about him earlier, but he has really done a good job, good control. He's really been placing his pitches. Those inside corners have been solid since he came in a couple of innings ago.
1-1. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 1-2 count, Blatt.
Cam Verrier on deck, and he'll be followed by Tyler Sellers. As we mentioned, Yetis just a couple outs away from trying to win game one.
1-2 fouled back. Still 1-2 to Tristan Blatt, the right fielder. Flynn with the pitch, high.
Wake Tech scored all 6 of their runs in the top of the 3rd inning. The Yetis have been able to shut them down since that point and have a 10-6 lead. Top of the ninth.
The pitch, grounded.
That's a base hit.
Shortstop into left field, a hard shot.
Yeah, Sneathen, and even if he would have got to that ball, I don't know if he would have had a shot to throw Blatt out at first. So a big run, and that's what Wake Tech's looking for, base runners to try to have a big rally here in the top of the ninth. So 1 on, nobody out. And here's Cam Verrier coming to the plate, a left-handed batter.
I'm going to score that a hit for Blatt.
I agree, hard hit ball.
Top of the order, Barber, the batter. 1 for 4. Base hit, scored a run in that big 3rd inning for the Eagles.
If you're the Yetis, Andy, you want to throw strikes, get outs. Wake Tech is looking to try to get several guys on base and put a lot of pressure here in this top of the ninth on the Yetis.
Pitch, big cut, swung on and missed.
Sellers on deck for the Eagles. Actually, we may have a correction there. They're going to have a pinch hitter that's on deck. Runner's going.
Had a big jump, throw not in time, so in scoring position is Blatt.
So, yeah, Blatt's at second, nobody out. Took Davis a second to find that ball before he threw it to second, Andy, so no way he was going to be able to get Blatt.
Flynn checks the runner, comes to the plate.
It's popped up, and it could be a tough play. And it's fair ball. Runner's going to stay at second, and Andy, that was just a tough play all the way around. Sneathen was trying to chase it down from his position, the left fielder, and it just dropped just fair down the left base side of the field, left field side, I should say. And now runners first and second with nobody out. And there's a pinch hitter, number 33 coming in. That is Peyton Davis with his first at bat. And Wake Tech trying to make a rally here in this top of the ninth.
Runners first and second with one out, and we're going to have a conference on the mound for the Yetis.
I tell you, that was just one of those plays, Andy. That ball was going to be tough for anybody to get to with the way that angle. So it was a big hit, of course, for Verrier. So runners first and second, nobody out. And if Davis can get on Andy, of course, that would bring the possible tying run to the plate for Wake Tech here in the top of the ninth. So the infield discussion is over.
What you would love to get if you are the Yetis is at least a double play ball.
No doubt about that. Yetis 10-6 lead, but Wake Tech trying for a rally here. They've got their first two batters that have made it on base here in the top half of the ninth. Runners first and second, nobody out. And Peyton Davis, the pinch hitter, in for his first at bat. He's a freshman for this Wake Tech squad.
Flynn comes to the plate. In there, strike one. Runners first and second, nobody out. Top of the ninth, 10-6. Yetis in front. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike two.
Double play would be nice. A strikeout also would be nice. Right in this situation, that would be huge. As he's got Davis in the hole quickly. Good shot of Peyton Davis, pinch hitter for the Eagles.
Flynn with the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. One down. Big strikeout there.
Nasty pitch and a big out, as you mentioned. Kel Laird will come to the plate with now one out, runners first and second. Laird now, who was the pitcher, of course, back in the bottom of the eighth for Wake Tech. And can Kyle Flynn get two more outs and end this game one and get a victory for the Yetis.
Laird struck out, walked, and scored, hit by a pitch, and walked again. Been on base a bunch. Pitch looked good, but called a ball.
So 1-0. I tell you, Flynn, Andy, he's thrown some nasty pitches, and that was one of those that was right on the border.
Coming.
Runners is stuck between second and third. They've got him in a rundown. The play's still going on, Andy. Here comes the runner, and he's going to be tagged.
Yep.
From behind, out number two. A little bit of confusion. Runner advanced from first to second, but the bigger story there is out number two. And it is a big out. Two down now.
And that is a mistake you cannot make if you're on the bases.
Yeah, running error there for Wake Tech. So now runner in scoring position, but Yetis are one out away here in the top of the ninth. So Laird, Andy, the last hope for Wake Tech in game one.
Sneathen with his speed ran down the runner.
I tell you, he is just a tremendous athlete. It was beginning to become very close, but as you mentioned, Sneathen's speed was the difference on that play, that run down.
One hopper.
What a play! Stopped it.
Cassiano knocks it down, throws.
He got him!
And he
what a play!
him. Great play by Calciato at
Wow.
second.
What a way to end game one by the Yetis and Tyler Calciato defensively. The Yetis win game one. They move to 25-21 on the season and 17-14 in Region 10 play. And Andy, to win big games, you need offense, but you need great defense, and we saw that to end it there.
Great play by Calciato to end the ball game. Another solid victory for the Yetis here this afternoon.
There's our final. The Yetis beat the Eagles of Wake Tech in game one, 10-6. About 30 minutes from now, Guy Sutter will join me for game two. Andy, big thanks for all you've done this year with our broadcast crew, and I know you've enjoyed it here in 2022.
Been a great run, and hopefully the Yetis have a long postseason ahead of them.
No doubt about that. We want to thank you for watching. Big thanks to all of our crew. Greg Tillman, Randy Evans, Danny Morton, Justin Roper, Ben Swafford. Coach Sutter will join me just a little bit later for game two. Thank you for watching Yeti Men's Baseball live on YouTube and the rebroadcast on C19 TV.